Hello, neighbors. Welcome back to the neighborhood. I'm Squealer D, and I am back again. And this time, neighbors, we are back with Amy Maryon and Friday Fragments from last Friday and Monday Motivation from this last Monday. I've edited them together into an ultimate edit. Let's see what she's up to. You know it's exciting. Whatever it is, let's go.
Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. It is Friday. Happy Friday morning to you.
Happy Friday morning to you, Amy.
I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going great. I'm up and ready to start my Gather Your Fragment Friday.
Yay! Are you all ready to start your Gather Your Fragment Friday? But we're not even sure if it's really Friday in Amy's world.
I love cooking. I love baking. I love doing all those things. And sometimes when life gets busy or...
She said she loves cooking, she loves baking. She's told us before that that's her love language. Amy, I do not think you understand love.
You move and you have to sell your house, all those things. Sometimes...
Wait, you moved and had to sell your house? Now you had to sell your house? Amy, you moved because Greg had to get out of North Carolina, probably because of an addiction, or I guess the addiction could be that he cheated. One or the other. He either cheated or he's addicted to something, but you guys had to move because of that. You guys weren't planning on moving. This isn't a move because he got a job. This is a move because you no longer fit into the town you lived in because Gregor is a bad man, and your church probably knows that, right?
Busy with kids, or you're busy with your job, or you're busy with whatever, and sometimes it's like
Gregor is never busy with his job.
Like you don't get to always do everything you enjoy doing, but my favorite thing to do is cook and bake, and I love doing that, and I couldn't wait to get here, get settled in, and continue doing things that I love doing. And so for a long time I did a lot of purchasing at the discount store. Great things to do. Love that time. Love doing that. Bought a lot of pre-made things, and it worked. It worked good.
You buy more pre-made things now that you do not shop at the discount store, Amy. Maybe you should go back and watch your old videos because it seems as though you have a touch of amnesia. You used to cook more because you bought things at the discount store and you had to cook around the discount items. Now you buy strictly processed foods you do not have to cook. Don't pretend, Amy. Your videos are all there as proof, and we can all go back and look. And trust me, I have.
Now I would like to get back into some baking, some good old-fashioned baking like I used to do. So I woke up early, went upstairs. I was up there for about 3 hours today getting my work done. And I was like, oh my goodness, 3 hours at your computer, and that's not even editing.
Can you imagine that some people have real jobs, like where they go to work and then they have to sit there on a computer and work for 8 to 10 hours? And that's not even editing. It's just their work. Yeah, Amy, it's called a real job. Sometimes you have to actually do something. You don't get to sit in an avocado in your pool all day, every day and have a $650,000 house. Jeeps.
That's not even editing. That's just emails and responding to people and doing things.
That's sponsorship so that you can have more crappy items to sell to your viewers. Good job, Amy. You make sure you send all those emails out to all the crappy companies that are willing to sponsor you.
I need to get done. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. So I'll have to go shopping next month, but there's always something you can make. You might not think you have anything, but I guarantee if you start looking.
I guarantee you if you just get out some top ramen like Amy does, your kids will eat.
You can, and I definitely have things. Our monthly grocery haul lasted beyond the 4 weeks, but we're out of the refrigerator stuff like you saw yesterday. We're down to I think there's 3 or 4 eggs in there, so I don't want to use those for today for baking because I do have some that are getting up early making eggs because they have a long day out at work and it's good protein starter, so I don't want to use.
When has Amy ever talked about a protein starter? You watched my video, you saw that I said you don't give your kids protein, and now Jaden and Brooklyn that go out to work, and maybe Greg, because you pretend he goes to work, they need eggs to start the day, right? Get out of here, Amy. You're a liar. You don't have enough eggs to bake with. 3 eggs is not enough to bake all this stuff you're baking today, and you don't want to go and get eggs because you're lazy. Why are you never honest? If you just told your followers that, they would understand. But instead, you make up a lie, and you know what, Amy? Everybody knows when you're lying because it's a lie.
Specifically for my baking recipes, but I was looking at my cupboard yesterday, my pantry. Remember I bought this at the discount store, the egg replacers. When eggs were ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember when you bought that at the discount store, Amy. I remember when you bought it 8 months ago. 8 months ago, you bought this box for 99 cents. It was already old at the discount store. And then you held on to it for 8 long months. And for 2 of those weeks, it sat in a box truck that was over 130 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. 130 degrees Fahrenheit was your box truck temperature, and this thing sat in there for 2 weeks, and you've had it for 8 months. Yeah, we all remember when you bought it, Amy. You just don't remember when you buy things. And that is why your family is always sick, because they're always eating expired, nasty food. Well done, Mama. You're Mama of the Year.
Like, I don't even know, what were they, $25, $30 for that 5 dozen box of eggs.
So instead, let's get Egg Replacer and eat it 8 months later when eggs are no longer expensive. Yeah, Amy, really made sense, didn't you? You saved some money.
Ridiculous price. So I bought this thinking I would use it, and I never really used it. Well, I'm going to use it.
You never really used it because you don't cook. This is for people that cook. Egg Replacer for people who are sensitive to eggs or can't eat eggs, and they cook. You don't cook. You don't even have any type of measuring spoons or devices to cook.
Today, this works. I'm going to try it. Have I ever used Egg Replacer? I feel like I have way back in the, like I'm wanting to do some kind of pumpkin-y, apple-y kind of baked goods would be good to make, but I'm out of the eggs. So we're going to use this today. And I also have...
She literally lives less than 2 miles away from a store. 2 miles. She could bop over, have one of her children that can drive bop over, or have Gregor bop over so quickly that she could have eggs in a second. She is a homemaking channel. Instead, she would rather make this trash that she bought at a discount store over 8 months ago.
I have a ton. Well, I think I have a ton, like 2 more containers of this.
That she also bought at the discount store 8 months ago. Of course it tastes gross, Amy. It's disgusting and old, and it's set in a truck for 2 weeks when the temperature reached over 130 degrees. Get out of here with your disgusting old food.
It's fine if you're used to just this. To me, it's like a smooth texture, like baby food. So I'm like, ugh, it's just not my favorite. My girlfriend just tested.
You know what you could do is you have a bunch of apples in the refrigerator, right? You could actually do this, Amy. You could put them in your blender and blend them up and then add them to this and then season it and make this some applesauce that you actually like. But you know why you wouldn't do that? Because that would take a little bit of thinking and a little bit of work on your behalf. You'd rather just dump this stuff into some nasty desserts and hope your kids eat them, because that's all your kids eat is sweets and desserts and processed foods.
Texted me the other day, and she was using her applesauce machine and making applesauce, and I was like, oh, homemade applesauce. You just can't beat it at all compared to...
You can make homemade applesauce in Florida. There's no rule against it. All states in the United States, you can make applesauce in them. It's legal.
Store stuff. I know they do have store stuff that's a little bit thicker. I just got this at the discount store and it's really thin. Just don't love it. And so I'm like,
You know that you don't have to eat everything that you get at the discount store. If you get something, it goes old or it's too old or it's nasty, you could just throw it away. You got it at the discount store at a discounted price. That's why you bought it there, right?
I'll eat it, but it's more like, let's use it in baking. So we are going to do some substituting today. I've got a list of things to make.
So it's not gather your fragments. It's let's substitute because I'm too lazy to run 2 miles to the local grocery store.
Definitely, we're going to have food. We're going to have a lot of food and eat well, getting creative with things. So I'm going to do...
Weird definition of eat well, Amy.
I thought I've got my huge can of pumpkin discounts. Remember, I got these for $1.99 or $2.99, not $1.99, $2.99. I bought a bunch. I've been, giving them.
And then she gave them all to her family because she's such a helpful, wonderful mother/daughter.
Away to family and stuff to use. I'm down to my last one, so I'm going to open this one.
Thank God, because you kept mistaking them for pinto beans and all types of things. Thank God these are almost gone. How long have you had these? I couldn't even find when you purchased the pumpkin. How long ago did you purchase them? 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Some pumpkin bread. I looked up the recipe. I make my mom's pumpkin bread, but I'm going to have to alter it because, that's...
Because you've never made anything the way the recipe says.
What I'm going to do today. So instead of using eggs in here, I'm going to use this. And then I'm also going to use applesauce instead of oil today.
Thank God. Please do not use that coconut oil you have. It's rancid.
we're going to try it and do it. I'm like, what's the worst that'll happen? They'll fall apart. It'll be okay. We'll just be really, really careful cutting.
What's the worst that'll happen? Your kids won't like it? No worries. They don't like anything you make.
I'll make smaller loaves just to ensure that, but that's going to be good. We're going to do that. I've got that chocolate fudgy frosting, so I'm going to do some brownies.
Yes, the one made with all the trans fats. I can't wait until you add that to the top of the brownies, because box brownies, they're not bad enough. You have to add the trans fats. It's mandatory, Amy.
Applesauce in the brownies, and it's okay. It does leave it a little bit appley flavory, so I don't know. I might not do that in here. We'll see.
Her family doesn't love it with applesauce, so she's definitely going to make it with applesauce.
We'll see. We'll see. Could I just make my family eat it? Just say, just eat it, kids. It's applesauce.
Yeah, just make your kids eat it like you do everything else. The trans fats, the cancer-causing foods, just make them eat it. When they get older and they get cancer or cardiovascular disease, you could say, hey, it's just brownies. It's apples. It's good. It's great. It's delicious.
Yeah, we might just do that. And then what else are we doing for food? I might do another one. We'll see. I was going to do an applesauce crumb cake, but I don't know. We'll see how creative we get here. And then I've got dinners to make.
She's going to get so creative. She's going to make an applesauce crumb cake. Wow.
So we can eat for the weekend. I'm going to bring you along. It's going to be a great day of making food. I'd love to get my food made before noon so that I can enjoy my day, get outside.
Trying to get finished with her work before noon, because everybody in a normal work, they try to get done in 2 hours, finish up as quickly as they can and make as much money as they can. And that's good. It's great. And that's what her mortgage depends on. Scary.
It's always a good thing. But for now, I've got my stove or my oven over there preheating. And then I'm going to put the ingredients on the screen. It's in my cookbook. This is my mom's recipe. Right here, my Cooking Through the Generations, our family cookbook. You can go to my blog and get this recipe. This was my mom's that she always made. Again, she would use proper recipe. I'm going to use...
You're going to use non-proper recipe because you're Amy Maryon, and Amy Maryon has never made a proper recipe. I don't think she knows how to read and comprehend reading well enough to make a proper recipe. Challenge, Amy?
Substituting, because that's what I have. So you guys ready for a good day? All right, let's go. So I run into a little problem. Did you ever lose things? I do.
You lose everything because you don't clean anything. If everything's dirty, you don't know where it's at. It's dirty. I bet you I know where it's at. Dirty.
Well, the problem is I don't really lose them. It's just that someone else puts them in a different spot.
Of course it wasn't you. Just like it's not you that scratches up your pans. It's your children. Always blame your children.
Remember, I have a teaspoon and tablespoon little like measuring spoon. Like I don't keep the little...
This lady is a homemaking channel, and she has 1 teaspoon tablespoon measurer. 1. She doesn't keep anything else. She has 1. And she guesstimates on everything, including baking. That is because Amy does not care about consistency or quality for her children or her channel. As long as it is completed and she can make a video and make some money off of it, Amy is satisfied. Amy is a troll. She trolls her channel and she trolls her children. And I really feel sorry for both.
I feel like that's a waste. So I think it came with my bread machine. One side is a tablespoon, one side is a teaspoon. And it's connected, it's fine. That works because you can measure pretty much everything with that.
It's because I told you that you don't measure anything and you wanted to try to measure something, but you couldn't find your 1 measuring spoon, so you blamed your children. Why don't you bop on out to somewhere other than Lowe's and buy yourself some measuring spoons and some eggs and be a real homemaker? Because people that work all day, if they come home and they need eggs, they bop to the store and get them. They're not lazy like you.
I remember seeing it somewhere. Like somebody...
There was literally an accident outside my house. I have to go look. Alrighty, I am back, and that was crazy. A lady listening to somebody else tried to make a turn that she couldn't make and crashed right in front of my house. Crazy days. Don't listen to other people. Please use your eyes when driving. Let's get back to Amy.
Dishes, new ones doing dishes put away. Like usually it was the older girls where they're off working doing things, so I have the younger ones doing them too.
You know what you could have did is you could have taught the older kids to do dishes and then taught the younger kids to do dishes, and then everybody would know how to do dishes instead of just leaving everything up to the older kids.
Too, but it's like someone put that because they didn't know what it was, and I don't remember where. I remember seeing it.
Of course they don't know what it is. How does your 11, 12, 13, and 14-year-olds not know what a measuring spoon is? That's really weird.
Oh, I need to put that in the drawer so I don't not remember where it's at. Well, guess what? I'm looking for it today. I'm like, where did I see this? I don't even know. I'm like trying to remember where it was.
You could look for it.
But I came across it. So I'm going to have to kind of guesstimate today and do my best.
You guesstimate every day. You probably made this little teaspoon, tablespoon thing up and you don't even have one. It doesn't exist. And you're only saying that because I told you what kind of homemaker doesn't measure any baking. You. That's the answer, Amy Maryon. And that is why your kids always have belly aches and your food never turns out right.
Let me get some scissors here. I have it written on the marker board to ask somebody, where is mom's measuring device? So we're going to do our best. Okay, so this is, the instructions said mix 1.5 teaspoons of egg replacer with 2 tablespoons of warm water.
These are going to turn out great when she doesn't have a measuring spoon, right?
Mix thoroughly. I'm going to make this work. Okay, I need 1.5 teaspoons. So I need 4 of these because I need to do 4 eggs. I'm just going to mix this in a measuring glass with some water. We'll mix it up. I will put it in the refrigerator and I will work on making some pumpkin from scratch recipe over the next little while. So, okay, so into my...
She will not make anything else pumpkin.
I got my big giant mixing thing out because I am out of, my other one broke. So it's the big can, 15 ounce size. This is 8 ounces here, roughly.
Very roughly, because you don't know how to measure item. You don't know how to measure anything. Food, anything.
Always figure a little bit more. Okay, just don't push it down. That's like 17. There we go. Okay, so I've got a lot of pumpkin. This pumpkin will be forever now. My eggs are kind of,
they look like you made them incorrectly, which you probably did because you had no measuring spoon.
Like you can see the lumps in them. I don't know if that's...
Let's also take into account that these are 8 months old and you bought them from a discount store. So they're probably way past expiry date a long time ago. And now you're using them to bake. And you wonder why your children are always sick.
Normal or not? Like little, I wonder if that's supposed to go away. Let that sit for a minute. Okay.
It said on the box, mix thoroughly. Thoroughly means no little clumps, Amy.
1 cup of oil. I'm going to do 1 cup of applesauce here.
Thank God you didn't use your coconut oil that's rancid.
And then lots of sugar. 3 cups of sugar.
No worries. Your family eats lots of sugar.
It tastes good, so we're going to see. I'm going to put these in my little pans. I have stainless steel bread pans. Probably my favorite of life. But...
Probably her favorite of life?
You know what my favorite ones are? I bought these at a garage sale a long time ago.
She said probably her favorite of life, but do you know what her favorite ones are? These ones she got at a yard sale. That doesn't even make sense, Amy. They're probably your favorite of life, but these are your favorite.
They're great. They're perfect because they're smaller loaves. Absolutely love these. We'll see how this goes.
She made sure she said, I cut it out because it was foul and mean. She said she got them from a little old lady. Amy, why do you say things like that? Why'd you have to demean her? Maybe she wasn't a little old lady. Maybe she was a sweet, kind woman. Isn't that a nicer way to say it? Little old lady. Like that was her only quality, is that she was old and a woman. You could have said she was sweet, kind, gentle, a million different describers, but little old lady. Like, those are all negative words, except for lady. Negative, little and old. You couldn't have said, a sweet, gentle woman. No, because you're Amy Maryon, and you're rude, and you're mean.
This is going to fall apart, but if it's tiny, I feel like you're going to be good.
Yeah, because when you make something really tiny, it doesn't fall apart.
At my counter here, and I pulled out the maple flavoring to put in my pumpkin and completely forgot to even add that.
Amy forgets to put something in every single thing she makes. You want to know why? Because she doesn't read the instructions. If you read the instructions from start to finish and you read them while you cooked, it's called a recipe, and they're instructions, Amy, and they will tell you start to finish how to do it, and you won't leave things out because you'll be reading and following along. But guess what? Amy doesn't do that because Amy doesn't care if anybody likes her cooking. As long as it gets done and she gets a video and she can make money off of it, she doesn't care what it tastes like.
Don't even have my recipe. That's okay. It's okay. So I'm mixing up my next batch of eggs here. Getting these going. I'm going to do...
Look at that. She doesn't even know how many eggs are in here. She's just putting that in there. Like, this egg replacer is to replace the eggs so she can make a recipe. It is not just to throw this egg replacer in her recipe so that it sticks together. All she's doing is adding different ingredients that her kids don't need to ingest. They already have stomach issues. Good job, Amy.
Brownies now. And normally you add water to
She bought all those boxes of brownies for Greg. That's kind of ridiculous.
this, but I feel like the applesauce is going to make it a little bit more watery, so I'm probably going to skip that. It's going to be 1/3.
And then she said her family doesn't like the applesauce in the brownies, but she's going to make it anyway because she needs to use up that applesauce. She can't just throw it away and make something that her family enjoys.
Let's see, I'm using up this applesauce here, which is a good thing. And here's my nice homemade egg mixture.
That looks foul. I won't even tell you what that looks like.
And this is nice because it's going to fit right in here. And
She's looking so round around the middle.
knife, love it. Put one there and one on the bottom.
She told us she doesn't understand how this works yet, but she's going to keep baking in this little one and baking things uneven rather than learn how her oven works. Why does your oven sound like that, Amy? It doesn't sound right, trust me.
And then this fudgy frosting that I made yesterday is hopefully will mask it. It tastes with the apples.
When you make something for your children, why would you ever make them something that you have to mask the taste with frosting? That doesn't even sound like it should come out of a mother's mouth. Don't worry, if the cake's gross, we'll mask it with this frosting high in trans fats.
Sauce, it gives it like a little sweetness. So I even added a little bit of vanilla in mine. It's okay. It's not terrible. I guess it makes it more bitter, I guess is the taste. But you do what you can do. We'll try it out. I'll let you know how it works. I am sure it will get eaten up. Okay, this next one I'm going to do a small version. It's just an apple.
She acts like everything she made gets eaten up. No, it doesn't, Amy. Most times your kids don't like anything you make.
Sauce coffee cake. Found it on the internet. Let me take a snapshot here and see if it works out.
She's going to take a snapshot. Let's see if she gets it up on the screen. It's so hard for her to do.
Let me mix up my egg mixture here. Okay, so we're in this one, I'm going to do is 2/3 cup of sugar. And regular milk. This is just a little square pan, so it's going to be tiny, and that's okay. Good, small is good. And then 1/2 cup of applesauce. Not much applesauce.
So how is this using up all your applesauce? You used a cup in one, a cup in the other, and a 1/2 cup in this one. So far you've used 2.5 cups of applesauce. Wow, Amy. It sounds like to me you could have just used things that your family likes and thrown the applesauce away so you could enjoy all of your desserts.
Can I skip the milk? Let's skip the milk and just add applesauce. Is that really going to make a difference? I will let you know. My little egg mixture here. Mine I'm going to add maple because I completely forgot it.
Yeah, add maple to the one that doesn't call for maple.
Maple, and what else do you add? Sugar, applesauce, milk, egg, and salt. So let me mix this up.
She didn't add any salt.
Okay, then you make a little streusel topping here. With brown sugar and flour and some cold butter. This is pretty hard. My knives come in handy.
Yeah, knives do come in handy, Amy. That's what knives are for, cutting. So let me know in the comments, is that butter or margarine? Because she uses the two interchangeably. And Amy, they are not interchangeable. You should not use margarine for streusel topping. You should be using butter, which I think that this is margarine from Great Value.
I guess we're going to have this as my mom's. Just kind of smash this in here. It'll make it little crumbs. And cinnamon. Let me get my... Did I put my... Oh, let's just use pumpkin pie spice. Well, let's get the cinnamon. I'm going to use nutmeg too. I like...
Why did you pull out the pumpkin pie spice if you've been using... Amy, you're so weird.
Nutmeg. Nutmeg on The custard is so good. Reminds me of my childhood. Okay, let me put this in here.
I wonder what her children are going to say about her cooking when they say, reminds me of my childhood. It's going to be like, rancid oil and nasty, rotten food reminds me of my childhood.
It's still going. I realized the normal timer time is done, so I'm going to let it cook for a little bit longer because it's not
So she set the timer and that's done, but she's going to let it cook longer because it's not done because she doesn't know how to use her oven.
done yet. So then I'm looking in my cupboard because I'm looking.
And then she forgets because she doesn't reset the timer and she burns everything.
And I mixed up some baking mix. This was like homemade Bisquick. I think before we came here. Yeah, before we came here because I think I was using up the shortening. So what I'm going to do is my mom
So it also set in the hot truck. Yum, this is going to be great.
used to make drop biscuits, just like in a muffin tin, and we would use it as bread with meals. So I'm like, why don't I make a big batch of that up? The key to this is add some flavor to it. So I'm going to add, I've got some Old Bay. I've got some cheese here. And some, it says Creole seasoning. It's not. I can't remember what flavor it is.
Who makes seasonings, a homemaker, and then has the wrong label on it and doesn't even know what seasoning they are? But who cares because it smells good.
I don't even know, but it's really delicious. So I'm going to mix this all up here and just put it inside a like a cookie sheet thing. Bake them in the oven when all this stuff is done, and then we'll have some like homemade grab drop biscuits to have.
This is not how you make biscuits, people. Don't watch Amy for biscuit content, please.
With dinner. To do these in muffin tins just because it's easier, but I don't. There's not enough to do a whole pan, so I think I'm just going to drop them on here. If I spray this, I think that's going to be good. Probably parchment paper would work really good too, but just make sure you add enough seasoning. If you add enough seasoning, it'll make the flavor.
Like you're an expert in seasoning, Amy.
Good. That'll work, right? I think that's going to work right there. Okay, let's sit for a few minutes, and then we'll put.
Those muffins are so dry, or the cake, the pumpkin, what are these? Not muffins, pumpkin breads, I guess you'd call them. I call them pumpkin hell, but they're so dry they're like cracked open.
I feel like I made these before and they just got bigger. That's okay. Those will be bigger, right? It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be.
She's second guessing herself. She's about to move them because Amy loves to waste dishes.
That I'm gonna put it in a muffin tin, and I feel like they're gonna. You know what? I'm gonna change my mind. All right, changing my mind. I feel like those puff up really big.
Could you imagine washing dishes for Amy? She never puts an item in the right dish first. She always changes it because she can't tell how much something is. There's no way I would wash these pans because she put them on the wrong pans.
Silicone pans too. That would help. I think I'm just gonna take about half of it and put them in here.
So these little dry, crusty muffins, they were big, so they had a chance of actually having wet moisture in them. But these little things are going to be dry, little hard rocks. And they're going to be cold by the time that they get to eat them. So they're going to have to reheat them and make them even drier and crustier. It's going to be delightful. It's going to be great. Good. Delicious.
Let me wash my mess up. Okay, I'm going to start on my dinners now. I'm still waiting. The bread is all out. The cake is in there. And the brownies are not done yet. So I'm going to make cooking some rice. I'm going to make this Indonesian fried rice. This is delicious. I get this packet on Amazon. It's so good. Now, I bought it and it wasn't spicy at all. There's like 5 in a pack, or 5 packages you get. The next time I got it, it was a little spicy. And then this last time I got it, it wasn't spicy. So I don't know. Like I said, maybe the machine was broken. They added too much spice. That's okay.
The machine? That's what you think? You think the machine was broken, Amy? You think that something electronical is broken and gave you a different amount of seasoning in here? No. This is an actual product, just because it's from another country, that is specified to certain specifications, Amy. You want to know what's broken? Is your mouth and your cooking. You did not have a different packet of flavor. You put a different amount of rice in because we all know you don't know how to measure. You probably put 4 cups of rice in the first time and 6 cups in the second time and 8 in the third time and 3 in the fourth time. You never make anything the same. So don't blame the maker when it's clearly you.
This is really good. So you just need rice. I had to laugh because rice, and I use sausage, kielbasa, and probably use mixed vegetables or peas and carrots.
Sounds really healthy. Peas and carrots, some very over-sodiumed meat, and some rice. Wow, Amy, you really go all out on health for your children and family. No, you make that for you. Why don't you just be honest, and all these nasty meals you make with the kielbasa is for you. You eat them for breakfast when the kids don't finish them for dinner. You eat them.
Down to rice. That's all the rice I have. Like, I have no more. I've had 10-pound bags, 15-pound bags forever. But I'm like, wow, we're down to none. So it's...
Thank God. Now they don't have to eat rice that's set in a hot truck for 2 weeks and came from North Carolina.
I'm like, that's just crazy. Just gonna have to go get some at Sam's Club. So I'm gonna do...
I can't even imagine what her rice tastes like. She doesn't measure well, and she's just gonna pour water on top of it and cook it over here for an unspecified amount of time. Rice without a rice cooker is never good consistently. You can make it good once or twice, but you always have mistakes. Get a rice cooker, Amy. I've told you a million times. They are very cheap. Get yourself a rice cooker. You'll like the rice better. Your kids will like the rice better. It'll save your whole life with rice.
4 cups rice. This is a nice big thing we can put in the refrigerator.
4 cups of rice is so much rice. Holy heck. You're going to put it in the refrigerator and make them eat old nasty rice?
Everybody loves it. If you cut this up,
if you had a rice cooker, you could leave it in the rice cooker and then they could have it warm for about 24 to 48 hours.
It's really tiny. It like goes a long way. Everybody loves it. So let me add my water. Let me check my stuff in the oven, and I'll take this over here and start frying it.
Yum. Just heat up that meat that's already cooked. It's full of sodium for you. It's good. It's great. It's delicious.
They're coming out of the pan easily. That doesn't always happen, so that's a positive. Okay, so this kielbasa is cooking. I'm gonna put this other stuff in the bottom of my slow cooker here. I have a whole empty refrigerator out here, so I'm gonna just put this in here. Tomorrow, I'll bring it in the morning and put it on and turn it on. This way, it can cook during the day. We can eat it. It's so simple.
It's so hard to like put it together tomorrow in the slow cooker. We got to do it today.
We had this at a minute at home, but they did ham, potatoes, and green beans. I found kielbasa.
This is the same meal that I did the calories on the last time, and it ended up being around 400 and something calories per person and had 3,000 milligrams of sodium, and it wasn't enough for the whole family to provide enough protein. So well done, Amy. Make the exact same meal with not enough protein for your family and way too much sodium. You're on a real kick.
In it, so I've got a bunch of small potatoes. I'm just going to wash some of these. Put those in.
Her children don't even like potatoes.
They're in a can of green beans.
They're not going to eat those potatoes. She's going to eat them.
Doing a bunch of things. I threw my leftover piece of carrots in here. I'm just going to pour this whole can of green beans in here.
Who uses green bean water? Let me know in the comments if you use green bean water so that I could tell you that you're gross also. Don't use the water out of green beans. Things are in it. Like things from the green beans float in the water. I've once found dandelions in the green beans. Green beans aren't even good for you. They're too much sugar. It's not even like a real vegetable. Like it's a vegetable. Don't come in my comments saying, you don't know what you're talking about. It's a vegetable. Look it up. If you are on any type of healthy eating plan, do you want to eat green beans out of a can? No, you do not. You know why? Because they have too much sodium, too much sugar. They're not good for you. She puts them in here because they're the only thing that she can buy and keep in the cupboard for an extended period of time to look like she's got a lot of food. Plus, she likes them. She'll eat it. Amy doesn't have taste buds.
With the liquid, this is perfect. Salt and pepper.
There's a million other liquids she could have used, but she used that nasty can liquid.
Like, it's good. You don't even need to add. Let me go get some more.
She doesn't even know about flavoring. That's kielbasa in there. That kielbasa doesn't need flavored like that. Just the potatoes need flavored. But she'll never know because she doesn't taste things. She just pours a bunch of sodium in on top. It's good. It's great. It's delicious. We'll have this for dinner tomorrow. The kids will probably puke up and be sick, but dinner it is.
Yet I have Old Bay, so I'm going to put this in here. Now this is it. All I have to do is
imagine having all your foods with Old Bay.
Bring this in, heat it up. It's delicious. We don't have a lot of kids eating this day, so that's why it's a smaller batch. But these are fried over here. As soon as the rice is done, I'll add it to it. Doing great. I'm going to go get the cover over there, put it in the refrigerator, and I'll be right back. I went to my refrigerator. I forgot I have this, the naan bread. I'm going to put this in the oven while the stuff is baking.
She's going to burn them in the oven to make sure that nobody gets an enjoyable naan.
Just to kind of, because it was frozen previously, and then we can use this fork, so we have a lot of hummus to use up.
She'll put them in there in a pile. Watch, she won't even spread them out.
Stuff to get done. I think something else.
Amy, stop. Another reason, okay, Your oven is a Z-line, which is known to be a piece of crap. But if you wouldn't fill it quite so full, things would cook more evenly. You jam this puppy so full, of course it doesn't cook evenly. My gosh, quit crowding up your oven. You don't know that yet at 50 years old? What?
Caramel dip, totally forgot about this. I have a lot of apples.
That's what you need to be able to eat your fruits. Caramel dip. Yeah, Amy, that's a good idea. Your kids don't get enough sweets. They need sweets with their apples and their and their vegetables.
Apples in there, and they're more like the not favorite apples, I guess, just the cheapy ones. So cream cheese. I'm gonna use Newfoundland milk cheese, Newfoundland.
Imagine Amy, an educator, knowing how to say this word. You know what you could do, Amy? You could go on Google and type this in. And after this word, you put pronunciation, and it will say it for you. Yeah, that's correct. It'll tell you how to say it.
I'll say a cup of brown sugar, this and maple flavoring, mix it up, totally forgot about it. And then I'll get it out here with my mixer. It's a great, easy dip. Okay, so right here, open up your cheese here. I already put a cup of brown sugar in there. This is
a cup of brown sugar is so much. Your kids eat nothing but sweets and high sodium.
Like it. I won't cut the apples up either because I'll wait till the kids have them so they don't turn brown.
She won't cut the apples up because her kids are not going to eat those apples. This is all for make-believe so she can use this and have something to film. They're not going to eat this because her kids don't eat this. And they definitely aren't eating those apples that have been in there for a month already.
I could just do lemon juice, a big bowl. I just feel like they're apples that are, I don't remember what kind they are. Maybe, I don't even know. But the ones that go brown quicker.
The cheap apples, Amy, because you're cheap. Amy buys the cheapest apples. She doesn't care about flavor because they're just for her kids.
Even if you put them in that stuff. So I will wait till like they're ready for a snack and I'll put this out. I'm going to pour it in these little bowls here and put some peanuts on top. The nasi goreng rice, I have to wait for the rice. The other crock pot meal is done. That's 1, 2, and another one is going to be chicken. And I'm going to do those. I take the baby potatoes and I'm going to kind of make them, I think you cook them, boil them first, and then kind of, I don't know, put butter and stuff in a pan, bake them in the oven.
Imagine her knowing the dish that she's going to cook on her cooking show. Imagine.
And I'm actually going to bake my chicken in the oven. I always bake my chicken on the smoker, always. You cook chicken in the oven?
You just got done telling us that you don't love chicken, so why would you just bake it in the oven with no seasoning? That's going to be really delightful for you, for somebody who said that they don't like chicken.
Since I got my smoker. So I'm going to do something different. And the reason why I'm cooking it now, Amy, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. You know why? Because I don't know what we're going to do today. It is the day that Brooklyn has off.
She is burning the crap out of those naan breads. Burning them.
Usually on these days, we go somewhere. So we might go to the beach today. Yay. We might, I don't know, go driving, might go shopping. I don't know what we'll do today. So I want to be prepared. So I'm going to make dinner.
So you want to be prepared. So you cook your chicken 14 hours in advance. You couldn't just defrost the chicken so you could quickly cook it. You know, chicken only needs to get up to 165. You could cook chicken in a couple minutes. Don't be crazy saying you need to cook something 14 hours in advance because you might go somewhere. You might go to the store.
So it's done. I'll bake it in the oven. All we have to do is reheat it up. And this, you know why? Because if you're not going to be home, it's what's going to happen. If I did not cook this dinner when I left today, we're going to get home at dinner time. Everybody's going to be starving. So the last thing I'm going to do is wait an hour for everything to cook. So cook it now and heat it up. That saves. Otherwise,
it's way better to just have it all runny and nasty and whatever it is from sitting all day. If it's hard, if it's, blocky, cheesy, whatever it is, she lets it sit for 14 hours and ruins it. And that's way better than making your kids wait an hour. Way better.
Going to the store and buying everything. As the next couple weeks go on, my schedule's kind of get normal. I will be baking it closer to...
Her schedule's going to get normal. You've been saying that for 3 months since you moved in here, Amy.
To dinner time, but right now, this is what I got to do. So let me look at my recipe. I saw one with Parmesan cheese. Hold on 1 second. So this recipe I'm going to do a little bit different because we always do. They take their potatoes, cook them, and they cut them in half.
They cook them and cut them in half. And Amy is not going to do that because Amy can't follow a direction if her life depended on it.
Which I'm going to do here as I'm making them. They put oil in the bottom of a 9x13 pan in a bowl. I'm going to do Parmesan. I'm going to do pepper, garlic powder, and then the Old Bay. Mix that up. and then you carefully sprinkle it on the oil and put the potatoes upside down on it, and then that's how you bake them. So we're gonna do it. They said don't move it because it'll all smush the oil. Now to me, I think you're supposed to leave it like that, but I'm like, that's an awful lot in there.
So she's supposed to boil the potatoes, but she's not going to boil the potatoes. So her potatoes are going to be hard and disgusting. Well done.
Not having any room, so I'm going to do something different. I'm going to put some olive oil on top of these now. Real careful, cover them real good. And then I'm going to do another layer. And
she already changed it. They're not going to get crispy. They're not going to be like little Parmesan bites. They're going to be disgusting, oily, wet, soggy potatoes like her children don't like. She doesn't care though.
I just leave them whole. I feel like I should just leave them whole in there.
Her kids will not eat these. They don't like potatoes, and now she's making them hell potatoes.
They're tiny. I think the recipe was for the bigger ones. That's okay. We're just gonna make do. So actually, let me just put these little ones in here. I'll put them with olive oil and sprinkle with the rest of the Parmesan mixture. We're gonna bake it. It's gonna work out, I promise. It's gonna taste delicious. Might not look like the picture.
She promises, but the kids aren't gonna eat it.
But I bet you it'll taste really good. Since that's in the oven, I'm gonna take my chicken out here. I think it's just, I'm pretty sure I just left, did I leave chunks in this one? I'm trying to see what I did here. Oh, I did.
Of course, her chicken's still frozen.
Cut this in chunks. That's okay. So I'm gonna put this in a 9x13 right here. Crazy. I can't honestly say I baked chicken in the oven in a long time. Maybe my slow cooker, but not the oven. So
slow cooker is not baking it.
It's good. We're gonna try.
It's slow cooking it.
Try something different. That's what you do. And then something I totally forgot about. I had it on my list and I totally forgot because out there is my sweet potatoes. I have these. Some are getting yucky. I hate when they get yucky. So I'm gonna
Yum. That's Amy because you guys don't eat vegetables.
wrap them in foil. I don't eat the outside, so I'm just going to wrap them in foil and put them in that oven. I think I can stick them in the back and bake them. I'll have those for this weekend.
She's the only person that eats the sweet potatoes. I don't know why she pretends like everybody eats them.
I'll just do two small ones, I think. Let's see if I got some room. I had to carefully place those in there because there was not much room.
Stop overcrowding your oven. That's why your food cooks like crap.
Good. Those will bake. What I'll do when we serve the chicken is put like, I've got pineapple habanero sauce from Detweiler's. I'm still going to use that. So I think that would be good. I'm going to put this in my refrigerator so I see it and remember to use it.
So she made that chicken with no seasoning and she plans on putting the seasoning on when they eat it. Amy, that is not how food works. That's not how meat works. Season your gosh darn meat, you crazy woman.
Clean up. We'll go over here and make our nasi goreng rice. Okay, cleaning things up. Got my bread over here. I'm like, this will be good. We'll try in a minute. The brownies, let's put the frosting on. We're going to spread it real carefully. That's going to be the only difference is that the texture on top is going to be kind of, I should microwave this. Let me see. Is that going to, let me see what that's going to do. I don't know if that's going to pull.
It'll be fine. Just use it, Amy. It's not like you're really going to walk over there and microwave it anyway.
I need like a different spatula. That's not a good one. Let me get my blue one. You're going to need something to spread it real thin. So, plop some on here. So I feel like I need to try everything.
Imagine putting that frosting on brownies. Like the brownies weren't bad enough. She had to layer them with frosting.
Just to let you know how it tastes, I thought about that. I'm like, I should probably take a sample. Let me sample the chocolate and the other cake. Let me get a little corner here.
She's got the house black hole dark over here again, sampling her food. Since when do you sample these for us, Amy? You never do. And Amy, what is your problem with chewing on camera? You always delete yourself chewing. You'll leave your kids almost naked on camera, but you'll delete yourself chewing. What? Pay attention. She never chews on camera.
Okay, held together. Good. Okay, it's held together. This is the brownie. Okay, there's so much chocolate there.
Cut out the chew.
I don't think you're going to miss the brownie flavor, like the applesauce. That's good. This is the, let's try this one. Still warm. Well, so I'll take a corner right here. This is the applesauce one.
She's cutting into them like a tweaker.
Okay, so the cake stayed in one whole piece. So that's good. Let's try it. Okay, that's
cut out her eating. Always cuts out the chewing.
Not bad. It definitely tastes like applesauce cakes.
But she doesn't cut out her children.
So, thicker, not dense.
You know why? Because she doesn't want to be embarrassed when you watch her chew like an animal, but she does not care about her children and their privacy whatsoever. If she can make money off that, it's fine, but she will not make money off of her chewing.
But good. I think they recommended serving it with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. I have vanilla ice cream, so that can very well be something that we serve with this. I think she said put in the refrigerator as well. So there is
I bet you don't have vanilla ice cream for Jensen, who's lactose intolerant.
another one. Okay, let's try our little pumpkin things here. Let me see how I did with these. They're real moist. I know that. Can you see? Let me cut one right here.
They don't look real moist.
Okay.
Look at that line. You know what that line means? Let me know in the comments if you know what that line means. That line means it didn't bake all the way through. Well done, Amy. Well done.
Stay together like pumpkin bread. Does anybody else love pumpkin bread and butter?
Her kids will not eat this pumpkin bread.
I do. My mom would always make it with butter.
All of these treats she made for herself. She didn't care that Greg loves brownies, but they didn't want them with the apples. She didn't care.
So good. Let's try this. That is my
She cut herself chewing.
favorite right there. That's really good. Nice and moist. This was delicious. Tastes just like my pumpkin bread. So that right there is a winner. Okay, very happy with that. I'm going to probably cover, I'll leave out a couple of them, but I will take some and maybe, I don't know if I'll refrigerate them or freeze them or what I'll do with them, but just in case we don't.
This is how she wraps something that's going to go into her freezer, people. What the heck?
Them all this weekend. We probably will, or just pull them up for breakfast and keep them in the refrigerator. I got a lot of this plastic to use up. So let me cover these, and then I'll leave some. I'll just put them like on a cutting board. Like
I wouldn't even wrap something like that, let alone something that I was going to put away in the freezer or the refrigerator. This is ridiculous. This isn't wrapped.
this, and just leave them on the countertop. So I'm gonna leave it out fancy on a cutting board with a, the wrong knife, but that works.
She said fancy on a cutting board. This is not a cutting board. It's a cutting sheet. And it's nowhere near fancy, Amy. You have lost it.
This I'll leave out. I'll put this stuff in the refrigerator, and then I'm gonna make some. Actually, let's go finish our rice over here. Wanna go over here and do our rice? Okay, let me come over here. The nasi goreng rice is delicious. So what you do is you usually fry up an egg too. I'm not doing that because I'm trying to save our eggs that we have. So it comes in a little packet like this.
So she needs an egg, but she's not going to use it, and nor is she going to run to the store and get some.
And you can squeeze it here or squeeze it in with the rice. I'll put it in here. Delicious. And then you're just going to mix it all up. It mixes really well. It's so good. I don't know what is in this. I'm sure you can mimic it, but it's like that nice sauce pack where everything is.
She's just a homemaker and a cook. She doesn't know what's in the package. She can't look it up. Jeez, guys, stop asking so much of her.
Made rice. You might as well just use what they have. They've already figured it out.
They already figured it out for her. Why would she save money and make it herself? Gosh, and make it more consistent because she complains about theirs.
I'm just not that skilled in doing that. I'm gonna throw this away and then what?
What are you skilled at, Amy? I've been asking you. I really want an answer.
Add our rice. And then these are done too.
Yeah, those look done. She laughed because she knew she toasted the crap out of them. Those things are supposed to be bendy, but they're going to fall apart crispy. Look at it. Look at these. These things will shatter if you crack them on something.
Put these literally on a plate. There's no plates. I don't even have plates.
There's no plates because you have no clean dishes because nobody does chores around your house, including you.
How behind we are dishes. Let me get a glass Play-Doh. This, if you want to munch on with hummus, is a good snack.
Your kids aren't in the hummus season of your life. That's why there's so much hummus in your refrigerator.
That's how our life looks. Okay, I'm going to put the rice in here and just basically, I don't know if you get stirred.
So this is why her food is never the same consistency, because she's going to start dolloping the rice in there and she's not going to keep track. She's not going to know how much. And this stuff, this amount, this one package, it only seasons so much meat and rice. And she only used one packet, but she has 4 cups of uncooked rice. It's way too much rice. Of course, it's not going to be very seasoned, Amy. Use less rice. It'll be more seasoned. Duh.
You're not. I'm just thinking there's no water. No, it's just mixing it up. Let me just add my rice here. I smell those crispy potatoes below here. It's really smelling delicious. So what a great day. It's like I've got 3 dinners, and this will be a dinner. The chicken and potatoes will be a dinner.
So she'll have chicken and those nasty potatoes that her kids are not going to eat. And the chicken has no seasoning on it. And then the other 2 meals are both meals that she likes. And they both have smoked sausage in them. That is not healthy for children. They're going to have smoked sausage with rice, smoked sausage with potatoes, and chicken with potatoes, and her kids don't like potatoes.
Potatoes and green beans for dinner. It's okay. Some repetition, but at least it's not macaroni and cheese all day long, all weekend.
They would prefer macaroni and cheese. Just give them macaroni and cheese. What you're cooking is not healthier than macaroni and cheese. The sodium level is the same. The amount of protein they're receiving is the same. Just give them what they want. Stop torturing them.
Wrong. And there's nothing wrong if that's the way it went. I just don't have to do that this weekend.
No, you don't want to do that this weekend because you want to eat this. You'll still let the kids go and get their mac and cheese and top ramen and eat those, but you want to eat this. Why aren't you ever honest, Amy? This is for you. This is because you don't want to eat top ramen all weekend.
Not some menu probably this week.
Keep adding in that rice so that it won't be flavorful enough, and you'll complain and blame the company.
So I can go shopping next week. I found that if you just put a little bit of time and stir it in, it works better than putting it all in there. I must have made way too much rice.
Of course you made way too much rice. You made 4 cups of rice.
I thought I did 4 cups rice because I thought it was 4 cups per packet. You can always stretch this and add more,
But then it won't taste right, and you'll complain later and blame the company.
Maybe I'll do some plain rice. Somebody will eat it.
Yeah, your kids will love plain rice.
So I think I'm going to leave it like right here. This is good. A whole pan of this is like enough for all of us. So I think I'm just going to put this in here. And see the parts I didn't mix up, so I'll mix it up in the big bowl. And then we'll have this for another meal, which is awesome. So I've got my pan out already. I have this little container, and it has bacon, sausage, and a hamburger in there. So
when is this from? Bacon, sausage, and hamburger. How long has this been in the world?
I'm just going to chop this real quick, fry this up, and fry a couple eggs. That's going to be breakfast. I'm going to give that to Mike for breakfast. Simple. Nobody will eat it because they're going to have.
So you lied. All day you've been lying to us. You told us that the eggs were for breakfast for the couple of people who had to go to work. And now you're telling us that you're making the eggs for Greg. You said a couple of people. Greg is one person, and we all know Greg doesn't go to work.
Like other stuff, smoothies, or they'll have pumpkin pie for breakfast. So this will get eaten up this way.
Oh, the kids get pumpkin pie for breakfast, and Greg gets the meat and the eggs with the protein for a well-balanced breakfast. I get it. Never mind.
So nothing goes to waste. That's Friday Fragments.
That's Greg's breakfast, and the kids get that nasty pumpkin bread that's not completely cooked all the way through. I get it. You made all those nasty desserts today so Greg could have a good breakfast. Got it.
In the refrigerator that no one else was going to eat. My potatoes came out and they look delicious. So we'll let this cool for a little bit.
They don't look delicious, Amy. They just look like roasted potatoes.
And then we'll try.
And your children do not like potatoes.
Okay, I got my orange juice. Remember, I found this yesterday in the refrigerator. I'm going to use this up.
You wouldn't find stuff if you actually knew what you had because you shopped correctly.
Make this. We'll have orange juice. They can have with breakfast. I have more of this in my freezer. Bought a lot, and then I just haven't used it very much.
Because you don't make anything.
The last thing I'm put together is some chicken salad, and the reason why is it's something to grab for lunch. I only have.
You made the chicken in the oven, but you're going to open a can for the chicken salad. Why didn't you use the chicken in the oven for some chicken salad? Just cook some more.
About 4 or 5 slices of bread left, but I do have a lot.
You'd prefer things out of the can so you get that extra sodium.
Of saltine crackers. So the kids, we would always eat chicken salad on crackers. That's something we ate forever. We would take it in the car. What we do is just take a container, you mix up and you make a cracker sandwich and pass it back to the child in the big time.
Could you imagine passing cracker sandwiches with chicken salad on them in a car in a 15-passenger van as your children's snacks? That has to be the craziest snack idea I've ever heard of. The messiest snack idea I've ever heard of. And what kind of crazy person sits up in the front seat making cracker sandwiches? Only Amy Maryon.
That needed one, so it worked. The only bad thing is I only have mayonnaise, and I feel like mayonnaise does not taste like Miracle Whip.
And I feel like mayonnaise isn't sweet enough.
So I was Googling some recipes of how to make mayonnaise taste like Miracle Whip. And there's a whole process. So I'm I feel like I'm just going to...
A whole process? Like you have to do something? Oh, well then make sure you leave Amy far out of that because she's not doing anything.
There was you got to cook the vinegar and mix it with cornstarch. I'm I don't really need all that. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit...
You don't need to do all that work, right, Amy? You could just throw some sugar in it, make it sweet, and ta-da!
Some spices in there, basically. Spices and some sugar. So I think kind of that's what it reminds me of. And then that way, they might not say anything. They might say something. I don't know.
They might not say something. They might say something, but you did less work. So, and you got it on your video. So win, win, win. Who cares if those ragged kids like it or not?
There is already something vinegar in here, right? There is. I can't say I love mayonnaise, but we'll see. Let me smash this here. I think if you add some seasonings, you know, that helps everything taste great. So adding celery, that kind of stuff is good. Some people add pickle, like relish and stuff. I don't do that to ours, but I will add some spices in here to change the flavor a little bit. Let's see if we can do that.
She just likes it plain with Miracle Whip. Yum.
I know there's like in the mountains is always a...
This is not healthy for your children either, Amy. Too much sodium, too much fat.
Big confrontation against Duke's mayonnaise and Miracle Whip.
There's no competitions, Amy. It's only good food or bad food. Please start feeding your children more good food.
So, it's good. I guess I just grew up eating Miracle Whip, so that's all I know. Let me see what that tastes like. Okay, to me, very blah. Like you need that zing.
Blah, because you don't add seasonings. There's salt and pepper, and that is what you need to add. Just add it in and taste it.
Sugar and vinegar, probably what the recipe says. Isn't that weird? I'll leave it as is. My kids...
She'll leave it because her kids, if they don't eat it, who cares?
They're going to be the one eating it if they want. And complain, I guess we'll go from there, but it's like you need that zing in there from the vinegar. It's kind of like just plain, but I guess it's whatever you grew up with. Perfect. Lunch done, sun's coming out, that's a good thing. Let me check on my stuff in the oven. The potatoes, they look really good. I feel like I just need to take a little...
What is all that crust on them? They don't look good. They look burnt.
Corner? Oh, look at that. That's really...
We can't see because you cut it off with your camera. You never want to show us low angles, so you cut all your food off.
Really good. That's going to be delicious. So this is already...
Maybe if you weren't afraid of showing your bell area.
Done. They say you can scoop it out. I'll probably leave it in there. We'll have this with the chicken, which is still cooking. I'll have those little drop biscuits. Maybe we'll open up a can of green beans or peas. We'll hit green beans tomorrow. We'll throw some vegetables in there somewhere. And then this is good. I've got my meals.
Green beans and peas are not vegetables that your children need to eat. Green beans and peas are both full of sugar. You don't need them. They're not vegetables. You need green leafy vegetables for your children, Amy. Spinach. Yeah. Green leafy. Keep that in mind next time you go shopping.
Don't worry about anything. I've got a lot of good homemade stuff here, so feeling it great. Okay, so I'm almost done in the kitchen. I'm pretty much done with food. I don't do anything else. I've got...
It's 10 a.m. and she's almost done. Her kids aren't even awake and her whole weekend is cooked for. Yay her.
I'm going to put everything away here. The only thing I left out was this because I'm going to put some hummus out for the kids to grab. We've got the pumpkin bread, stuff to put away.
But Greg, he got eggs and meat for breakfast. The kids, they have to eat some hummus or some old uncooked pumpkin bread.
I didn't wipe my this is still messy. You see that? Still messy on the stove. I'll get to that, but this was cleaned off yesterday. It's got fingerprints on it. I have to clean it again. So next week will be a little bit more motivation, but we're getting what we can get done. The chicken is in the oven. I'm just testing. Get a thermometer. Then you know if it's done so you don't overcook it and you know it's good temperature. Keep it covered really good. It's almost there. It's like 175, I think. I like it to be about...
Chicken gets done at 165. You can actually take it out before that because it will keep on cooking. If you cook it past 165, all you're going to do is ruin it and make your children not like it, which is why your children don't like your cooking. You cook everything incorrectly.
And so when that's done, I'll take it out and then I'll be finished for my Friday, which is awesome. It's kind of gloomy out. I don't know if it's going to be rainy today or what, but we'll see. So I'll come back, show you the chicken, and then close today's video. Okay, this one down here, I'm pretty sure it's done. All right.
When you bend down and talk like that, we can't hear you. So either get yourself a mic or don't talk when you're bending down. Duh.
So I just took my chicken out of its liquidy pieces here.
There's that chicken with no seasoning. I bet her kids are just going to be excited as ever to taste that chicken.
Here it is. It's going to be fine. It's just nice thin.
And they get those nasty potatoes, the burnt potatoes that they don't like. That's what they get.
Plain chicken. They can dip it. They can use
plain chicken. Yum, Mom.
Any kind of sauce on it, whatever it was. The only thing I didn't cook was my sweet potatoes. I should put those in.
Chicken breast is not something that you just leave plain, Amy. That is the most repulsive thing I've ever seen. You should be brining your chicken breast, let alone not even seasoning it. Yuck.
earlier. I just was not thinking, so they will go in the microwave. I'm finished. It's thundering outside. I'm like, we're going to have a rainy day.
It's 11 a.m. and she is finished for the day, guys. She's done her job. Yay.
So my food is done. I don't have to worry about anything else. I'll edit, and maybe the rain will stop and blow over, and then maybe we'll get a beach day in there. So I thank you for watching. Gathering fragments. Look in that refrigerator this weekend. Look in the freezer. Gather up things that you don't really think about and start getting creative with them.
Gather up things that you've had for 8 months and they're already expired and they sat in a hot truck for 2 weeks. Gather those puppies up and cook them for your kids, because who cares?
A lot of applesauce. Google how to use applesauce, like I did this weekend. So, all right, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.
You should have kept Googling, Amy, because you didn't find one thing worth making. You ruined your kids as desserts, and you should have just threw the applesauce away. Way to go, Ma.
With another video. See you tomorrow. Bye. Hey, guys.
Okay, guys. So that was Friday, last Friday, not today. And then this was what she posted on Saturday. Right? This is her Saturday sermon with Amy Maryon, where she talks Psalms. Amy, let me tell you something. You did not comprehend the Bible good enough to do Psalms. Psalms are hard. You have to know where all the stories come from. Then you have to know the backstory in order to translate that to your followers. You should have sticked with Revelations or something like that. Psalms are too hard for you. You don't understand Psalms. Every time you read a Psalm, everybody else thinks something different. You know why? Because you don't know what it means. Whatever the psalm is you're reading, you're always wrong about it. Google it.
I hope you're having a great day today. Today is Saturday. Happy Saturday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well.
I showed this to show her. Also, when you use your face cream, don't use filters so that it looks like your face is getting smoother. It's not getting smoother. It's getting more and more wrinkles and more sunspots by the day. Stop lying to people saying you use any type of cream and it helps, because you don't. We can tell that. Look at you. You look like an old hot dog. Also, be honest about what day this is. What day is this really, Amy? It's not on a Saturday, because the
windy out here today, so I usually film a little bit earlier in the morning, and then today I waited, and now I'm like, okay, it's a little bit.
This is not Saturday morning, is it, Amy? Be honest. Tell your followers what day this really is.
Brighter out here. That's good. We're just going to remember. They can look down. I don't have to look up all the time. So we are reading God's Word. We're reading the book of Psalm. We're on Psalm 70 and 71 today. Hey, guys.
And now look at her hair and look at her dress. This is the same dress, same hairstyle, same hot dog face. And this is her Monday motivation video. So tell me, Amy, did you film your Saturday sermon on Monday, or did you film your Monday motivation on Saturday? Which is it? Let us know in the comments, because your followers deserve to know that you're lying about time, you darn time warper.
Today is Monday. Happy Monday morning to you.
Is it really Monday, Amy? Because you just came to us in the same outfit and said it was Saturday. So what is it, Amy? Saturday or Monday?
I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going great. I've got my cup of coffee. Joy. I'm ready for my day. Jaden just left.
It was like it was on cue. Joy. And then it beeped and Jaden just left. That's because Amy is a weirdo. She was waiting for Jaden to leave out the door before she started.
It's a good little Monday today. So the last week or so, it's like I've been a little bit more not feeling like on fire, especially on a Monday. I'm like, my goodness, today's supposed to.
I wonder why she's been so tired lately, guys. Let me know in the comments if you think that she's pregnant, because I think Miss Amy might be carrying a bun in the oven. She doesn't want to tell us because she's 47, and that's a very high-risk pregnancy.
To be my Motivation Monday, and I'm not feeling like anything. And I'm like, am I ever going to get to Motivation Monday again?
Yeah, just give birth first.
And I'm like, it's just, sometimes it's a struggle, sometimes it's a push, and then you have to give yourself grace. You got to give.
Then you're going to have a newborn, and ooh, what is that going to be like at 50?
Yourself grace to go, okay, it's okay.
At least she'll have somebody to film. We won't have to watch her force Maddie to go with her anymore.
Okay, kids and I say, you know what, the dishes, as long as we got some dishes, Mom, we're good. The laundry in the middle of the futon, we're like, it's good. Just go down there and grab your
What do her kids care about the laundry in the middle of the futon? Her kids stay up in their room all day, every day.
Clothes, take them as you need them. And I'm like, that works. I'm like, whatever you got to do to get through your day. It's like, do the minimum. That's like key. I remember we were watching.
Don't listen to her, people. Don't do the minimum when you have children. Please don't. They grow up with PTSD from you doing the minimum. And then we have a whole society of people with PTSD because their parents did the minimum. Don't do that. Do the best you can for your children. Stop being so lazy you only do the minimum. And stop trying to tell 143,000 other women to only do the minimum for their children. Shame on you, Amy. Shame on you. It's time somebody stops thinking about you lazy mothers who don't want to do anything, do the minimum, and start thinking about the darn children. Your children deserve better. Whether they're bad kids or not, your children deserve better.
Home videos this weekend, and there's just like when the kids were little and I had like 10 of them at home. It was a lot of work.
You never had 10 kids at home. When Ashlyn was 20 is when you gave birth to Steven. You'd never had 10 kids at home. Stop telling that lie. Stop putting on your YouTube that you're a family of 12 just for the views. You are not. You are a family of 8 right now, and one of your children is 18. Pretty soon you'll be a family of 7. That's not even that big. That's what I grew up in, a family of 7. It's not special. You're not special. Stop exploiting your children and using them for your YouTube channel. You've never had 10 children at home. You're a liar.
Wonder, wow, that's really messy, or wow, that's really messy, or this or that. And I said, you do the minimum. You do the minimum you can. And that's it. I'm like, the house
What good advice to give your young children. Do the minimum you can.
was clean sometimes when I first woke up, and that's it. And then you know what? You do your best to pick it up once or twice a day, and like you just roll with it. You just got to do what you can do in your days. And I know for us, it seems like we've been dealing with different kind of sicknesses. When I say sicknesses, not enough to go to a doctor,
Not enough to go to a doctor, like a pregnancy sickness.
enough to like be like just can't move in bed. I mean like just like congestion, or just kind of feeling tired, or
You get a lot of congestion in pregnancy.
just kind of that. Like that's about the
A lot of tiredness too.
amount of sickness we get here. It's very rare. The kids, very rare.
It's crazy that you say the amount of sickness that the kids get is rare, but your kids are always sick. Somebody in your family is always throwing up.
Go to the doctors because they don't really need to. We go
They probably do need to see the doctors more often.
maybe once a year, and that's it. They go for checkups, but they don't need to go for sick.
How do they go for checkups if you don't take them but maybe once a year? Children up until the age 13 need a checkup every single year, once a year, up until the age 13. So that means that Maddie and Jensen and Steven still need to go once a year for their well child checkups. Come on, Amy. Mom up.
This that much, and so like really once a year. I even called a doctor down here. We're gonna go to, and we were just talking, and I said, well,
Why did you call a doctor down here and talk to them if you don't need to go to the doctor very often, Amy? If you don't have a regular insurance, I think you called a doctor because you need to see a regular doctor.
I said, we'll only see it probably for checkup and maybe once a year or so if we need some kind of, if kids get really sick. I said, but it's very rare that we have to go in because I'm not one that calls all the time
You don't want to pay that deductible on 6 kids going to the doctors. I don't blame you.
for every sickness that comes around because it just usually works its way out. So I started last year keeping track
It doesn't work its way out for about a month and a half because you don't know how to clean and you don't use soap.
of when they were actually sick and who was actually sick. And so it seemed like everybody's sick all the time, but it's like, no, in reality, it's just one child here, one child here, one child here. And so
Your kids are always sick. What are you talking about?
that's how a large family, I think that's the flaw. The downfall of a large family is there's a lot of them to get sick, and it's not everybody getting sick at the same time. And so when they do, it's like, yay, everybody.
If you washed your hands more and you made them wash their hands more and you didn't lick your fingers and put it in their food and use your hands to scoop things up, I promise you your kids would get sick less. You help them spread disease all over that house because you and your children are dirty-handed bandits.
Everybody's got it. Those are positives. But when you don't, and it's like one child this week, then the next week another child, and then the next week another child, and then another child, and sometimes it comes back to the first one, and that has happened, and you're like, oh, there's been a couple times.
That's because you just let them walk around with food and you guys share food out of shared containers. It's disgusting. You have way too many people to do that. You have way too many people for you not to wear gloves when you're touching all the stuff you touch. You have too many people you can infect. It's ridiculous.
It seems like every few years where like we're out for like a month and a half and don't get to go anywhere because someone is like
That's not every few years, Amy. It's every single year. Every single time the sickness comes around in the wintertime, you guys are down and out multiple times over because you guys continue to get each other sick because you're nasty. You cook nasty and the kids live nasty. So with everything dirty, of course, the germs just go back and forth. Duh.
go out. So fun. So I know we moved here, new place, new germs. That happens, and that's going to happen whenever you go to a new place. You're acclimating, your body's acclimating, and I'm like,
Well, you send your kids to a church to hang out with thousands of other kids. What do you expect? Autumn, Brooklyn, and Jaden are exposed to a lot of other people. So, yeah, they're going to come home with sickness all the time. That's what you want to get rid of them, or you want to get sick.
here and less germy here. No, it's still germs here. It happens. It's everywhere. I know yesterday.
I don't know why you would think that Florida is less germy when Florida had some of the highest COVID numbers. Did you not read the news during COVID?
Up and my whole eyeball right here was swollen. This one was all swollen. I'm like, awesome. I'm like,
I would be so worried if I woke up and my eyes were swollen. I wouldn't say awesome.
what is that? So I'm like, I think it's probably some reaction allergy. Like I used to get a lot of sinusy stuff in the
I
mouth.
thought your sinuses were supposed to stop. Greg said Florida doesn't have sinus problems. What happened? Greg lied to you?
And sneezing, stuffy, and I still get sneezing here. A couple of my videos we'll film and I have to stop and I'm like sneezing a few times and stop. And so it just depends. It seems like here it's more like I'm getting tired. I'm getting a little bit of like headachy, sinusy kind of thing. So it's just different. So anyways, we had a couple sicknesses. Like there was a couple that dealt with it, and then I had another one yesterday. Doesn't that feel amazing?
That's because you feed them rancid oil and old food. What do you think that they're going to feel like? Duh. You cannot give your kids rancid coconut oil and think that they're not going to get sick. You cannot feed your kids high sodium and think that they're not going to have tummy issues.
Like, okay. And then myself, I was feeling tired last week, and I'm like, wow, why am I tired? Like, what's wrong with me? I don't feel like doing anything. Is this a new phase of my life?
Is it a new phase of your life, or is it a 9-month phase of your life?
I realized, you know what? I probably am just not feeling great, and that's okay. So you know what I did? I rested. I did a whole lot of resting this week.
You sure have done a whole lot of resting the last 3 months. Your house that you moved in is still not decorated, still not clean. It's horrendously dirty.
And swam in the pool and laid on the couch. Mostly yesterday, I took a nice relaxing day all day. Pretty much, we watched Madeline. Someone reminded me to watch Anne of Green Gables. So yesterday, I binge watched most of those. So I had that on deck.
So now you binge watch, you lay on the couch, and you watch TV. It doesn't sound like that's what you need to be doing when you've been telling us for a week that your house is dirty and there's laundry sitting on your couch for a week. You need to get up and fold those darn clothes, or at least tell your kids to fold them, and you lay on the couch while they fold them. If you can't do that, what kind of parent are you if you can't tell your kids to fold them while you sit there and watch?
Down and kind of watched it periodically, and I'm like, okay, this is good. So I'm going to keep continuing to watch that. When I think last year I watched a lot of the third season was out, so I watched a lot of that, and it was so good. But
she's talking about The Chosen. Amy, nobody cares about you watching The Chosen. You're not going to keep up to date on any of this. You go through little phases where you like something for a minute and then you stop talking about it. And when people ask you in your comments, you delete them. And then you try to say you don't.
And I missed bits and pieces. So started watching that last night. I'm like, okay, slept really good, went to sleep, woke up today, and I'm like, all right, I got a ton of stuff to do.
So she can tell you what she does every single day, but she can't tell you when her husband goes to work. Yeah, real safety conscious, aren't you, Amy?
Upstairs, but I'm like, what is, like, in my office, I'm like, what is my goal for?
She can let her kids go to public things at the church and post public pictures on their public social medias so that the people know exactly where her children are all the time, but she won't tell her loyal followers where Greg is and when he works. Amy, you're a liar. Greg doesn't work. That's why you don't have nothing to tell your followers.
My goal is literally right now just clean up my main area of my house. Right here. We're going to get dishes done. I just opened the dishwasher and one of my children had put all the dishes away. Probably.
She's such a slob that now the older kids, Jaden and Brooklyn, if they don't put things away and do things, there won't be any clean dishes. There won't be any clean clothes. Her older kids have to step up or there won't be anything. Amy, take control of your life. Even if you're pregnant, you need to fix things. You put yourself in this situation. Now you get yourself out of it.
So helpful. And then we're going to load that dishwasher. We're going to clean up the counters just to clean up, wipe it up like that. Crazy. The minimum
wipe up, guys. That means if you see a spot, you wipe it, but anything else can stay so that all those ants, they can have their food for the day. You know, you got to feed all the sugar ants, right?
wiping, and then move our way into our living room. I've got a pile of laundry from last week. We're going to finally fold that, so that can be put away today. And then
Why? Just keep using it and it'll be gone. Within a couple days, the pile will be gone. Just keep taking showers, washing, and using the items. It'll be gone.
Robots going for the floor, and that's my minimum for in here. And then my goal is going to be to sit down and before the kids start school and make it.
Sit down and rest because you had to do some dishes and some laundry, and that was the most you've done in months.
A menu for the month or nothing.
She's not going to make a menu, guys. She's going to go grocery shopping again, and she's going to buy all the same old crap she's been buying. Hot dogs, hamburgers, rice, beans. She's going to buy the exact same thing she's been buying.
2 weeks. I should just do 2 weeks. Gosh, I don't even know if I could do just a week's menu. Can I do a week's menu? That would be really hard. I think I'm going to do 2 weeks worth. I'm going to do shopping this month a little bit different. I'm just going to do...
It'd be really hard. What do you mean? Just get a pack of top ramen and a pack of macaroni and cheese, and that's pretty much their lunch and dinner for the entire week. You got it. Throw in 2 hamburgers and bam, you got the whole week.
Can you get? Like, can you do a minimum shopping week? Like I did all my discount store shopping trips and save money that way. And then this last month we did once a month shopping.
You did not save money the way you did shopping. That was the most asinine shopping that I've ever seen. And then you fed your family crap for a month. No, you can't do it, Amy, because you shop and you cook 2 separate ways. Yeah, if maybe you really made a menu, you could do that. But you don't really make a menu, and you really don't stick to a menu, and you really don't make food. You just buy processed crap. And you can't buy cheap food when you're buying a bunch of processed crap.
Much in groceries for the whole month. And I'm like, so can you really live frugally or, frugally but comfortably?
No, you don't live frugally by buying top ramen all the time. You don't live frugally by buying chicken nuggets all the time. If you want to live frugally, you need to make your chicken nuggets. You need to be making everything that you eat. You need to be making it from scratch. You need to be buying large amounts of meat so that you're saving money. You need to be buying rice and beans so that when you make rice and beans, you guys are saving money. You need to stop buying cheese, stop buying all the dairy. You need to really cook for your family. And you, my dear, are never going to do that. So just give up and work harder so you can make more money and feed your family the processed crap you like to feed them.
And doing at like Aldi or Walmart, something like that. I'm like, I think you can. So I'm going to sit down hopefully before, I'll do 2 weeks. I'm thinking 1 week's just not going to be enough. It can be enough, but then it's like I'm going to have to go again next week. So I'm going to sit down and plan that out. And then I'm going to focus on school because school's...
Why does it matter how often you go to the grocery store when you go to Lowe's every single day? You go to Starbucks every other day. Like, maybe you need to go to the grocery store more often. Maybe you should put your priorities higher on the grocery level than on going to Lowe's with Greg every day.
Priority. Get that done. And then this afternoon, we're going to go, I'm going to start cleaning like I should. Cleaning like I should. Real good clean. I'm going to focus on my bedroom and my bathroom. I have been putting that off forever.
That's not cleaning the house. Your house needs cleaned. You have ants. That means you need to scrub every surface to make sure that it is not sticky because you and your children are obviously getting food all over the house. So you need to scrub every single surface. That's right, with actual soap, not just water. You need to use soap and clean your house, not your bedroom. Why don't you worry about the areas that your children live before you worry about the areas where you and Greg spend most of your time and lay around?
The girls cleaned up in there this weekend. They're so sweet. I think I talked about that.
So the girls have to clean your bedroom too. So now the girls have to do everything. What a sad, sad life for those girls. They might as well get married and have children of their own right now at 16 and 18.
Messy, Mom. And I'm like, I know, it's good. So I put away my laundry, but I want to clean in there real good. Dust. I haven't wiped anything down. Wiped the window frames, everything, like stuff I haven't done. So I had a deep clean that Greg I cut my hair this weekend, which was nice.
She's lived here for 3 months and she's still talking about stuff she's never done. They had so many complaints about the old owners, but you moved right into their house and didn't clean anything up.
Gotten that far, but I did cut it, so I cut it real simple myself, and then Greg cut the boys' hair, so I'd like to do a deep clean in there. So that's going to be my goal today. I'm like, we can do this. We can clean up and get motivated.
So you and Greg can go to Starbucks all the time, but you can't afford a haircut and you can't afford your boys a haircut. Greg cuts it. I see Greg's hair and I've seen your boys' haircuts. Can't they get a real haircut? Gosh.
For 2 weeks, and then we can do school, and then we'll go deep clean my room, and I feel like that will be a successful Monday. And then I'm going to get out my pool.
You could just have Jaden and Brooklyn teach the kids school today. You know, they could read the kids' books for them while you clean your room. Might as well. You have them do everything else.
And I'm going to swim. And I feel like, yay. And, we got to make food, too, because we're down to nothing. Yeah, like, when I say nothing, look at, we pulled out yesterday. We got some potatoes, and the kids, they just don't love potatoes. I love them. The Parmesan potatoes, right in here.
So there's the potatoes that she made with the chicken, which means they didn't eat the chicken either. There's the extra rice that she just put in a bowl. They didn't eat that. So if they did eat anything, they ate the things with the smoked sausage that she made for herself. There's all the hummus still in there. And she says this is Monday, guys. But she said her Saturday sermon was Saturday, and she posted it on Saturday. So I don't think this is on Monday at all. I think this is Saturday or Sunday. And I think she still has this food in here because it's only a day or so later.
I think we have a lot of almond milk. We're going to have to make some smoothies today, I think. So we're down to nothing. We ate all of our food this weekend like we should have, except the Parmesan potatoes. Don't know why. They just don't love them.
Because it's not the end of the weekend. It's not really Monday.
Who knows? And then last night I pulled out the emergency ramen and emergency mac and cheese, and we ate that.
She said they made 3 dinners for the weekend. She made 3 dinners. We just watched her in the last part of the video. In the beginning of this video, we watched her make 3 dinners. She made the nasi goreng. That's what she calls it, right? The nasi goreng. And then she made the potatoes with the smoked sausage. And then she made the chicken with the little potatoes that she baked. 3 meals. And still, they had top ramen and macaroni and cheese last night. And she's saying that today is Monday. All lies. All of it is lies. All they ever eat is macaroni and cheese and top ramen. The food that she cooked, yes, in the last video was on Fragment Friday. Probably wasn't even Friday. That was food for her. And now she's back to worrying about what are the kids going to eat because she's almost out of mac and cheese.
At about 7 o'clock last night, and that's okay. I'm like, kids, as long as I said if there's a hurricane in the next couple days, I'm like, we're all going to starve.
You won't starve anyway. You still have all that crap in your refrigerator. You can just eat leftovers.
They didn't. So we had that last night. So I need food. I'm going to need some good groceries for the week.
I wish you would get good groceries for the week. Instead, she means more top ramen, more macaroni and cheese, more burgers, and more hot dogs.
Because we're out of everything. Have pantry staples, but no refrigerator staples. And there's some stuff.
And for pantry staples, what do you have that you could make something? Some flour and some oats. Like you might be able to make them oatmeal in a cake.
In the freezer, just not a lot of stuff to make with it. So we're going to get some creativity in there today. I think I have to go look and see what I even have to know what we can make. So
Amy's level of creativity.
It's going to be a great day. You guys ready for a good day? I am ready. I'm going to start cleaning up, get my dishwasher loaded first, and start on. Let's go. Okay, ready? And for the refrigerator too. Wipe it off where people touch, but you know what? You do need a deep clean. I need a deep clean. I'm looking at the top of my hood here, like way on the top, and there's like almost a handprint or something.
It's been there since you moved in. I told you months ago, like on my very first video, I told you there was a handprint up there. You don't care. As long as you're making videos to make money, you don't care if they're good videos. You don't care if you're doing things you need to be doing. You don't care if you're taking care of your children. As long as you are making a video for YouTube so that you can post it and make your YouTube money, you are satisfied. Nothing else matters to you. And until your followers realize that, I will be here making movies of Amy. Amy Movie On.
This is when we moved in. It's still there. It's still there. So I'll get to that. We're going to get to that eventually. That's the part of not.
Yeah, Amy, lean over and kick your leg out real far so people can see those panties. I won't even go back. But why don't you block that out? Have a little bit of modesty. My goodness, Amy. If you put anything shorter on, you would have to be in your 30s or 20s. Like, no woman in her 40s or 50s should wear the dress that you're wearing right now, kicking her leg up on a TV screen for 143,000 people to watch.
Focusing on, hyper-focusing on all the time.
I saw a comment in Amy's comments talking about they liked Amy's short skirts. Make sure it makes sense why she makes these videos. I wonder if they put that in her comments that they like her short skirts. I wonder what they put in her DMs. I told you, Amy's got the foot fetish, short old people likers in her comments. That's why she makes these videos. She shows her feet and her children's feet to get more views for sickos. Amy is trying to appeal to sickos, not to her actual viewers.
Tiny things that need
It's because she's a sicko.
to be done. So have a plan and go with it. If you need a week or two off, like my last week was not a good deep clean.
No, you need to take a week or two off of YouTube, Amy. You need to take some time off and focus on what you're doing because you are spiraling, my dear. Spiraling.
Just a get by week, that's okay. Like, it's okay to do that. So, like, yeah, I rested.
So it's okay to do that, but then you portray it to the entire world for the whole world could see your children's problems. Have some courtesy for your kids, Amy. Think about them. That everybody in the world is watching their mom be a blithering idiot. Like, think about them. Have some respect for your children. Have some respect for yourself.
Took care of myself, and then you know what, this week is it'll be a hyper-focused week. And I'll get to deep clean those, but
Hyper-focused, yeah, right. She's going to hyper-focus on the couch and the TV next week, watching them.
not today. Now I'm going to fill my coffee pots. We had a nice coffee Keurig stand I put under here, but
She just set this right here on the edge so it can fall off and blast Maxine right in the back of the head.
when I put it in my kitchen, it was too tall and doesn't fit under the cupboards. So I took it off and figured I can just put them in my drawer. Well, we don't have a lot of drawer space here just yet, like the way I have it organized. Maybe it'll change. I don't know. This drawer right here, I have straws in it and all the lids and everything. So I thought, why
I'm surprised she's not making her kids fill them up.
not put my coffee pods in there? I don't know. Maybe I should put it in the bottom cupboard. I just don't know yet. It's all about trial and error and figuring everything out, right? That's what I'm doing here. Even being in here it's been what, 2 going on 3 months here. Those are appliances on the floor. That's how my week.
Yeah, just sit them on the floor and look at the bump.
Weekend went, I just set them here.
If you are pregnant, you shouldn't be bending over picking up all these heavy appliances. Get a kid down here to do it.
Instead of them walking down the hallway. I know. It's making me realize what kind of more cabinets and stuff do I want in my
Look at this house. She's here to do a voiceover with a house that looks like this. There is no way if I was doing a voiceover, this would be my background. She has a million other places she could put her camera, but I guess they're all dirty. If she put it on her pool, the pool is green. If she puts it in her bedroom is a disaster. And then we'd have to look at Greg sheets. If she puts it in her living room, her couch is covered in stuff. There's no place for her to put it. Her office looks like the Goodwill. There's no place. You're right. She has to do her voiceover right here.
kitchen. So I'm just going to pick these up, put those back in the hallway. Get them off the floor. It's always a good thing. Okay, putting those tools and stuff in the garage, it led me into a freezer.
Why did you have to put the tools away? Greg's not home to put the tools away. So I was so relieved when we got a Friday Fragments without Gregory. Like, Friday Fragments. We don't want Greg in our Fridays. We don't want Greg on our Mondays. We don't want Greg at all, but he's been here a lot. But it's now Monday and there's still no Greg. Do you guys think that Greg could be missing again? I wasn't going to say something so quick, but it makes sense that they've been bickering back and forth. And now, after the storm, Greg hit the road. Hit the road, Jack. He ain't going to come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. That's what he did, I think. Let's see. Amy, if Greg is still home, put him in a video so we know he's okay. But I think he deserted you again. No, I don't think that. But he could have. He's a leaver. I already told you guys he's a leaver. And I think, personally, I had guessed that he would leave her again by Christmas time. That's what I was putting my money on. But he hasn't been in videos for a couple days now. And I've been thinking that maybe Gregor made an early departure. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is she just not filming him because everybody dislikes him? Or is she not filming him because he stepped out?
They're like deep dive. And I'm like, ooh, there's stuff in my freezer. So I went in there and pulled out a few things from there. I found I had.
It's funny that she picks things up. Like she just picked up a whole pile right here, but she left this one thing on the floor. Like she always walks over things. I don't understand, Amy. When I pick things up off the floor, everything's getting picked up in that area. And if it needs wiped up, it's going to get wiped up. She just walked right over it. It's still there.
Bomb pops, which is good. Those are good when you're not feeling so swell. Grabbed a couple orange juice so I can make those in the morning as well. And then I was like, what can I make for dinner tonight? So I'm looking at it. I'm like, I have tater tots and I have cream mushroom and cream of chicken soup homemade. So I'm like, why don't I do a tater tot casserole? That'll be easy. Throw it in the oven. So I got that out. And there was a package of bagels to make. And then I had a package of steaks still. So I'm like, why don't
Tater tot casserole. I bet all your kids will just tear that tater tot casserole right up.
I cook some steaks for to have. I can like make those for Greg. No one really loves steaks. Steven, myself.
So they all get tater tot casserole, which has no protein for the children. But old Grego, he gets steaks, 3 steaks to be exact, because the only people that like steaks are her and Steven and Greg, where they can't eat the steaks. Greg, Steve, and her? No, just Greg gets just Greg.
Only ones who love steak. So I'm like, I'll just make these 3 here, and then Greg can eat those, after work or whatever for the week to have. So this is good. And then I found the cream of chicken. I'm like, I think I wanted to make some cream of chicken or some chicken soup.
So why wouldn't you pull them out and put them in the freezer up here so you could cook them for him after work? Why would you cook them now and make him have old, dry steaks for the next 3 days, Amy? Why wouldn't you cook them as he eats them? So if he's really going to work, why wouldn't you want him to have an enjoyable steak after work instead of a dry, old, 3-day-old steak? Get out of here.
I had chicken from this weekend, and then I thought no one was going to eat it. Well, it did get eaten up. So the cream of chicken has enough little shredded pieces of chicken in it to make soup. So I think.
But you made it for a meal. What did you mean you didn't think it was going to get eaten up? You said you made it for the chicken and the potatoes to be a meal. You need to start telling the truth, Amy.
I found I had those noodles that I didn't think I had, those Mrs. Grass noodles. I did, actually. Just hidden in the cupboard. So I'm going to make just a small pot of that, because that's...
They weren't hidden behind in the cupboard. They were just shoved in your cupboard from your old house because you don't know what you have. You've got food in there probably so old that it would make you blind if you ate it.
Good for when you're not feeling amazing. So
she had a cup of noodle in her living room. I bet you that this is from her. I don't see her letting her child sit here with all these clothes and all of this stuff and eat a cup of noodle. I think she sat here and she ate a cup of noodle. Amy, get your stuff together. Eating cup of noodles at 47 years old, being depressed and not cleaning your house, those are all big warning signs. You are shooting out red flags, lady. You need to take a break off of your channel and off of filming and just get right, because you are so wrong right now.
And I'll put that away after I work on my living room. I'm just picking up the few things on the floor. Most of it's Maxine's toys. Yes, her toys, and I just put them in her bed with her. And then...
She said most of that was Maxine's toys. There was literally 2 of Maxine's toys on the floor, and she said that the mess was Maxine's toys. Way to blame somebody else, Amy.
And I'm picking up the floor here, making it all clean, getting straightened. The table has all of our school stuff on it every day, all day long. That's okay.
Those pillows are way too small for this big giant couch, and you only bought 3 of them.
We were just talking, Greg and I were just talking this weekend about what would be the next good thing to do. What are you lacking in the home, he said. So I said, definitely kitchen space, and like our stuff for our school. So we were talking about moving, I think we talked about originally, like taking that, we have a built-in cabinet, and like the butler pantry, it's like in a closet. It's kind of...
She's hated that butler pantry since she moved in. I don't know why she moved into a house with a butler pantry if she didn't want a butler pantry.
Like an unusable thing, and I thought that'd be great to put out here in the dining room and basically have a built-in cabinet.
And it's not unusable. You have lots of stuff stuck in it right now.
Against the wall, I said, and then build shelves in that closet for all the food. And so I said that would get rid of all the stuff on the table and also help a little bit in the kitchen organization.
You know where you could take this stuff on the table? You could just have your kids every day after school run it up and put it in your office. You have a whole room with a bookshelf for this stuff, but you're too lazy to tell your kids to put their books away every day. That's ridiculous. You have middle schoolers, not little children. You don't need their books down here. They can all take their books and put them away every day, just like they would if they were in middle school. You are making your children so far behind that they are never going to catch up, Amy.
Set up, so we'll see. But for now, it just sits on the table. We just slide it over and we eat. We're okay with that. We've been eating in different spots. Sometimes we sit around.
They don't sit at the table and eat anymore because this table hasn't changed in days. All supposed weekend, when they had all that food, the nasi goreng, they didn't eat it here at the table. This stuff has been in the exact same spot all weekend.
Sometimes we sit outside. Sometimes we
do not sit outside.
Sit at the bar and eat. It just depends on who and who's home and what we're doing. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how we do it. It's like it's just random, and that's okay for right now. So.
It does matter, Amy. Did you know that children that eat at a table with their mother and father, or even just one of them, are more well adjusted than other children that do not eat at the table with their mother and father? I know that it's not very difficult to sit at the table and eat meals with your children. I know that for a fact. You could do better. You choose not to do better. It's not okay. You just say it's okay because you want your 143,000 followers to accept it and allow you to get paid off of doing all of that crap that is hurting your children.
So clean up real good. My couch, I'm just pulling a little bit. There's not that many feathers. There are, but not like...
Those feathers, you did that 3 minutes ago in the video. But you're just now talking about it because you don't even know how to do a voiceover. You've been doing this for 6 or 7 years and you still don't even know how to do a voiceover.
Before, so it's getting less and less the feather pull out kind of usage in here. I think it's just going to be more of like, what, as you sit, like I said, I pulled them all out and they look great before we moved here.
It didn't look great before you moved here. I told you in your comments before you moved here not to bring that big, disgusting feather couch.
And then the cushions got smashed and
it doesn't even fit in your living room.
Smushed in the moving truck, and then they just kind of came out like crazy, as we put them back on the couch. So I'm just...
This is some riveting content, Amy. All of your 143,000 subscribers couldn't wait to watch you text on your phone. Like this cell phone texting in front of a pile or behind a pile of dirty clothes. This is your best footage that you've ever gotten. I cannot believe you haven't been put up for some type of award for this footage. It's stunning. Look at you with your short dress on and your dirty clothes and your feather couch texting. You are something else.
The smushy part, so it's not that bad. There's not that many to pull out, so I'm just trying to pull out a few, put them on the floor so the vacuum can suck it up, and then I'm going to tackle this big pile of laundry here.
She could have cut this out, and then all of that, her standing there talking, texting on her phone, and then just now where she said, I'm going to try to tackle this pile. She could have just started when she starts folding, but she put all of that in there so that she could get paid for it. So you will have to watch it, and she will get paid. Amy is a snaky snake of a woman. She is not a good person. She does not make good vlogs. She makes horrible, boring vlogs that she can make money off of.
Here, I just folded the blankets, setting them out nice and neat, because we use those to cover up with. I don't know, is it getting cold here? Yeah, it's getting colder. It was like 73, and using blankets this weekend, that's what I did. I used a blanket so bad because it was...
Wow, that's what people do when they get cold, Amy. They use a blanket.
Freezing, so kids are too, so I'll probably be pulling out our comfy blankets as well. So let me just fold these towels.
Look at her face, oh, question, where did all these towels come from? Oh, I wonder where. I got 6 kids.
And blanket clothes here, I'll kind of separate, and then the kids will put them away as needed.
The kids are not going to put them away. The kids didn't fold them. The kids aren't going to put them away. Your kids do not help you. We see that. Look at your house. If your kids helped you, your house would not look like a pigsty.
So just folding these right here. I'm not a perfect towel folder, and I don't proclaim to be.
You're not a perfect anything, and you don't proclaim to know how to do anything.
A perfect towel folder. I had it left. I think my job as a kid was my mom had a beauty shop, and she would pay me, I don't even know if it was 25 cents a load to wash her towels and fold them. I did not like folding towels, so I think...
She wouldn't even fold towels for money. Of course she isn't going to fold towels for her kids that she doesn't care about.
One of the good memories I have of my mom is she would come to my...
This gal said one of her good memories she has of her mom is about folding towels.
Home, and after she left, I'd come back and my kitchen drawer would be all folded nice and neat. I'm like, oh, my mom folded my towels in my drawer, because I just don't... One of those things that does not bother me if they're messy in the drawer, but I know other people do enjoy that.
These are the kids' clothes or Greg's clothes. Who wants to wear these now? Are you serious? They're going to put these on? Look how wrinkly they are. Let them wear them to church.
Enjoyed opening up a drawer and seeing nicely folded towels. Maybe I will do that one day. Maybe as life slows down and I have more time to fold and organize washcloths and towels and drawers, maybe I will. But for now, I don't care if they're not perfect. I'm good with that. But I have some kids that like it nice and neat. So just separating the towels and stuff here.
I could imagine if I lived with Amy my whole life, I bet I would like stuff really nice and neat also when I grew up. Because if you have to live around this slob every day of your childhood, you are either going to grow up to be a slob or you're going to grow up to be clean and hate the fact that your mom was a slob.
The girls, because the girls use the washcloths. I don't think the boys really use washcloths. So,
she said her boys don't use washcloths. What the heck, Amy? You don't make them wash their body? They need to use washcloths. That's quite disturbing. What do they use to wash their body?
I'm just going to put them all together and find out
The pool?
Who actually needs them on.
They all need them. The boys are 11 and 13 years old. They should be using washcloths. They should be washing their face so they don't get zitty. What the heck is wrong with you?
Come down, they'll pick them up and put them away. Easy for the day. We always use these, and there's never any towels outside, so I'll probably go put these outside with the kids.
You could have your own towel and not worry about the towels. You don't worry about anything else for the kids. You don't feed them healthy food. Why don't you just get your own pool towel and let the kids fend for themselves like they do everything else?
Fold these up, easy, done. That wasn't too much. I'm sure we'll have more after the day's done, but this is just like we washed these last week. They sat here, and then we...
So it took you a week to wash them and a week to fold them. So what did you use in the meantime for baths and for pool? You just drip dry?
Just grabbed as we needed them, and I'm sure, that's how life is. They get used up, but it's good. It's okay. Towels aren't going anywhere. Throw them in a basket. So I'm done doing the work that I want to do for the house right now. Vacuum is still going. I'm getting out food.
She's done already for the day. Make it quick and get it done. One load of laundry and a little bit of food, and she is done for the day. Those poor, poor kids.
Today, because that's important, because it's going to be creativity. So I pulled out my blender, just didn't put it away. I got the frozen chunk of strawberries. I need to thaw that bag a little bit and maybe separate the strawberries, because every time we go to use it, it's a big chunk. So kind of let that thaw so I can squish it apart. And bananas. We'll do smoothies because I have a lot of vanilla.
Yeah, keep letting it thaw and then refreeze it, and then let it thaw and refreeze it. That's the best thing for food.
Almond milk left, and so that I'm gonna make. I was gonna do popovers, but I have no milk, and I'm like, I guess I'll just use that. I'll do that, and there's bagels, and the kids can eat. That will be a.
She said she was going to do popovers. That means you'd have to cook more, Amy. We know you ain't doing that.
Good little breakfast. And then I'm going to start making lunch and dinner. Start on it so that this afternoon, because I have goals of wanting to clean my room and not have to worry about dinner. I'll cook all my meat, get that ready, and throwing it together will be real simple for tonight. So I've been...
That's all you ever do is just throw stuff together. Why would tonight be different?
Doing, I got some... This is dirty. It's dirty. Listen.
Of course it's dirty. Look at it. And you wonder why you have animals. Roaches, cockroaches, flies, ants. Somebody saw a mouse on your floor the other day. Of course. Look at this. There's food in here. There's macaroni and cheese all over. And they have made macaroni and cheese on every single one of these blenders. That's all macaroni and cheese. That's disgusting. Amy is a disgusting pig. And that her children are going to grow up to be disgusting pigs.
Look at that. There's food inside here.
Yeah, we look at it, Amy. You're proud of it. You shouldn't be proud of it. You should be disgusted that your job is to be a homemaker and you don't make the home. I think Amy, she got so invested in unschooling that now she's doing unhomemaking. She doesn't school her kids and she doesn't make her home.
Yes. All in here from the weekend. That's okay. It's okay. We're going to get to that eventually.
But it's from the weekend, but you said you made food so that they wouldn't have to have mac and cheese for the weekend. You said that they were going to eat the food that you cooked on your Fragment Fridays. That's why we're watching these two videos together. They're edited together because you are a liar, Amy. You told us over the weekend that you made food so you wouldn't have to count on macaroni and cheese and noodles. And yet you have macaroni and cheese all over in your dirty, disgusting stove because that's what you had all weekend. You're a liar. You lie. Every single chance you get, you lie. So that you can make more money on the internet. You're a liar and a fool.
Some new pans this last weekend. I'm going to cook with them today because what it is I had my ceramic pans and I love those. But our old house, the stove was so small, I only could use so many pans. So I never accumulated a lot of pans. I even got rid of a lot before I moved here. But I used my stove much more than I used my microwave. Where in the mountains,
Amy, stop lying. You used your stove more in the mountains. And to prove that, you bought yourself a pair of pans in the mountains that cost almost $400. Don't lie and say you use your pans here more.
I like using the stove better, but I don't have many pans. So I was kind of looking at TJ Maxx. I'm like, do I pick up a few here or there?
Why didn't you buy a bigger set when you bought your pans in North Carolina? Because you couldn't afford it?
It's like, which ones are good, which ones are not. And so Greg had a bunch of his. He just had cheapy Teflon ones, which is fine.
Why did Greg have so many pans at his cheapy apartment? If he only had to live there to work, what was he doing so much cooking for? Why would he have so many pans? I don't get it. That's a lie, Amy. He was at his apartment and he had a bunch of pans and a bunch of stuff because he was living there. He was going to stay in Florida and live there, but he couldn't afford to live in Florida and pay you alimony and child support, so he had to get back with you. He is with you if he's there right now because he has to be there, not because he wants to be there. And he had all of that stuff in his apartment because he was going to live on his own forever. That was his plan.
Cheapy Teflon ones work good, but I want to kind of get more to the ceramic coating ones because I do like those ones. So I've got these ones.
But she still chops up everything. Even the ceramic coated ones, she chops at them with knives. We just watched her do it in my last video.
And I thought, let me try these out to replace some of the pans in there. And I have a large.
So what pans are you replacing? Greg's cheapy pans that Greg bought to be a bachelor? Why would you buy more cheapy pans to replace his cheapy pans? Why wouldn't you buy more Caraway's? These ones that you're about to watch this clip, these pans you purchased for $400 in North Carolina, and you said how great they were. You said you purchased them yourself, that they weren't a sponsor. So what's the truth, Amy? Did they give you these pans for free, or did you purchase them? If they're so great, why didn't you just purchase more of these? Why would you waste your money buying these cheapy little pans that you're trying to sell us today?
Family, and you just skimp by doing things. But and then I had one girlfriend that was like, invest once and you won't have to invest again.
Yeah, buy nice or buy twice. I say it to you all the time, but Amy loves to buy cheapy little things. She even more so loves to get cheapy little things for free so that she can sell them to her followers and make even more money off of it.
That is a much better way to do things. And so now as we, get older, we learn, live and learn type thing. I always try to.
When are you going to start learning? You're living, you're almost 50. When does the learning come, Amy?
Invest in a good quality something so that it can last for a long time.
So she knows. Everybody likes to claim ignorance for Amy, but here she is explaining that you have to get something that's good quality or you'll end up buying it again. She understands that. Here she is, less than a year ago, purchasing $400 pans because she understands she needed quality. This is not an ignorance thing. This is a Amy does not care thing.
Show you the box right here.
This box, $395. 4 pans. 4.
It's not a sponsored video at all. These are just some pans I got. Great.
So it's not a sponsored video at all. It's just some pans she got. So did you pay for them, Amy? Did you pay $400 for these pans knowing you needed good pans and now you buy crap cheapy pans?
Great way that they showed up. The box full, I was like, oh my goodness, this is a presentation.
She got these for free.
In itself because it was packaged super well. Everything was nice and neat. It was labeled really nice, had nice little things on it. I'm like, you guys get like a A+ for
So if you guys don't see a difference in her waist size stomach, that's crazy.
Just the presentation of the box alone. So, and they're good quality.
This shirt wouldn't even button around her these days.
Ceramic pants.
So there it is, $395. Here's her new pans, $79. Cheapy pans.
What I like about it is, look at this.
Cheapy pans with a handle that clips on when she just told you a year ago that if you buy cheapy pans, they're just going to go bad and you're going to have to buy more. You know why? Because she didn't buy these cheapy pans, guys. She didn't spend $79.99 on these pans. She got them for free and she wants you to buy them so she can make more money. Amy doesn't care about the quality of pans. Amy cares about, are they free? That looks really safe, Amy. I'm sure one of your followers should really buy this pan so when they're cooking something hot and it doesn't clip right and it spills all down them and gives them a first-degree burn, they can blame you. Go ahead.
So that fits the handle on there. So, because when you put it in the cupboard, I use it, so look at it. Squeeze on each one, you put them in the cupboard, it uses up.
So, to save 5 inches of space in your cupboard with the handles, you're going to risk your safety with this little experimental thing because you got it for free, and you're going to hawk it to your followers and tell them they should purchase it also because it's really cool. Amy, you're a loser. You're a loser for that.
Look at that. How genius. Instead of setting out the big giant handles.
Don't buy these pans. If you watch Amy, do not buy these pans. Let her use them for a while and let them burn her. Don't buy these pans.
It takes up a whole space. These will stack. Can you see these right here? You just stack these, look at it nice and neat.
She's just going to scratch every single one of them up with her utensils, and then she's going to say that the kids scratched them up.
And
you're not supposed to cook high on these type of pans. She's going to cook them at the highest level she can cook them and burn them to pieces, and then she's going to blame it on the kids.
the cupboard, I like that. Way less space, and you just squeeze it on. How fun is that? So
how fun is that when you drop boiling water down your body because you wanted to use cheapy pans? That was really cool.
Oh, I thought that would be a very good little addition. Then I can get rid of a few pans.
That's not a good addition. A good addition would have been more of your caraways that you spent $400 on and have a nice matching set.
In my cupboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook one. I'm going to make some chicken noodle soup. This one I'm not going to make anything in, but this can be for eggs for the kids. I'm going to cook my hamburger in one as well. It's so weird just putting like that in there. So I have my hamburger here, frozen solid, because you know.
Because you know you couldn't take it out ahead of time. You knew you were going to make a video, but you know, that would have took forethought.
We're good like that. Frozen solid's good.
Frozen solid is not good. Google it, Amy. If you cook something from frozen, it's not the same as cooking it from not frozen.
I'm just going to cut my bag open and put this in here.
It doesn't fit right, so she thinks she can push it in. Yeah, Amy, frozen meat, you're going to really push it. Anyway, all she's going to do is tear this pan up right now.
So that will cook away there. So let this heat up and we get some water for in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is...
These pans didn't even have lids? $80 and none of them had a lid?
And my hamburger just kind of...
Look at no seasoning. This meat has no seasoning whatsoever in it. It's just all hard and dry now. She's cooking it as a whole patty.
Smush it down, let it get ground up.
She wins for the most repulsive cook award every single time she cooks.
Anyone else enjoy cooking their hamburger beforehand? You don't have to do this? I do.
You should also thaw it out beforehand so you don't have to do that. That would make it very easy and pleasant to cook.
So let's make our soup. So I'm going to add some chicken bouillon to this.
She adds so much of that. Sodium, sodium, and more sodium.
And then I add a couple containers of cream of chicken soup. And the reason why is because this has a ton of veggies in it and it has some chicken in it.
And the kids need to have a micro amount of chicken for their food so that they can get their 3 grams of protein for the day.
And since I don't have any like shredded chicken, which maybe next time I'll freeze some, it seems like we didn't eat
You said your kids don't like chicken anyway.
any soup for a long time, so I didn't have any meat for it, but this works out. Maybe I will next time. So this I'm going to put in here. Ooh, I just
Yum.
splashed, making a mess. I'm going to put some
It's all on fire.
veggies in here.
That's really healthy for the kids. These are some healthy vegetables for them. The kids never eat these. I don't know why she buys them and makes them. She eats some of them, but why does she make so many? The kids are not going to eat those.
I'm going to have my lid on this to let that cook up here. And then this is going to be for dinner because I have a lot of that mixed vegetables. So I'm like, why don't I pull that out and use that for a veggie for a side. Okay, while this is cooking, the only other thing I'm going to do is put my cream of chicken and cream mushroom in a glass measuring bowl because I'm probably going to have to microwave this. For your tater tot casserole, you want to mix soup with milk. I don't have any milk. I don't even have any canned milk. No.
It's so hard for her to get these open. You literally just grab one side and pop it off. You don't have to break the seal around the side.
I have this like sweetened almond milk, so I'm going to have to add water to mine. Do what you got to do. So I'm going to put these 2 in here, or actually 4 in here, and then so they...
These are so high in cholesterol too. She puts so much of that seasoning mix.
Thaw. I'm not going to put together just yet. I'm going to cook my hamburger here, and I'll put it in the pan, but I'll wait to put it in till I'm ready. So this is homemade cream of mushroom soup and homemade cream of chicken soup. That works out really good.
Yum. I bet her kids just eat the tater tot casserole right up.
You know, I'm probably going to get one more just because I don't have milk. There is milk in this, and then I could just have a little bit more. Let me go get another one. So then I'm going to probably just let it sit and thaw. It shouldn't take too long. This is...
Look at the meat, how lumpity it is. And it still doesn't have any seasoning in it except for that little bit of seasoning salt.
Cooking up good. Look at my soup. It's looking great. the cream of chicken is starting
Why is she boiling it so darn high? Like, it's still frozen, but she's boiling it to bits.
to thaw in here. So it's got a lot of chicken in it.
So the stuff that's boiling right now is going to be cooked to pieces, and the stuff that's frozen is going to be cold.
It'll be great for soup.
Look at her slopping it all out.
Spill it on the side. And then when that's done, I'll add my little noodle pieces to it. I've got it here. It was hidden, so I didn't see it. So these are working out really great. I just
Yay, she found 4 more noodles in the cupboard.
was able to replace. I took out 3 pans and replaced them with these because
That's still frozen. So this meat is just getting all hard and tough, and this meat's still frozen.
they work. So let me add this. I'm going to add some minced onion. This kind, that's okay. I do have a fresh onion. I just have not gotten it to cut it up. That's okay. I got to use this garlic up. So
Don't use it. Just throw that garlic away, Amy. It's okay to throw things away sometimes. You don't measure anything. All you're going to do is ruin all this food with the garlic like you've been ruining it.
we're going to pour some of this in there.
Look at that. Look at how much she poured. She didn't need this much, and she didn't measure it. She doesn't care because it's for her kids.
And let this cook. Easy. So if I need to, watch this. Just
She didn't even taste it or attempt to even pretend like she tasted it.
take this off.
Imagine if she picks this hot boiling meat pot up and drops it on herself with this rickety little handle.
Wait. Push the button to release it. Look how cool that is. And pick that up right there if I had to put that on. We're going to boil this. This is good. After this cooks up, I'm going to...
And then where it's dirty, it's going to be slick, so it might not even hook on good. It might just come right off. It's greasy. And then she's going to hook it on there where it's greasy, and it's just going to slip right off. I wouldn't trust these pans to throw them into the garbage can.
Just put it in a big giant lasagna pan, put our tater tots on top. Sometimes I like the tater tots. Actually, I like the meat and then the gravy mixture and then the tater tots. I'll probably do it that way. Technically, I could do like a shepherd's pie with it that way, with more of a gravy. Either way, it works. It'll be delicious. And this is
Look at how much garlic is in here. Holy heck.
good and done. I put some hot pepper flakes in here. The red hot pepper, so it's a little bit spiced. That's good. This is perfect. Let this sit, and I think it's pretty much done. I'm just making sure it's not still. There's still a chunk of chicken there. It'll get thawed. Easy. So lunch, breakfast will be smoothie. Dinner is partially started. I'll be.
So their breakfast is a smoothie, so they can have 200 calories of some sugar and fruit. Their lunch is this soup with little tiny bits of chicken in it, so they get 3 grams of protein in their chicken soup. And then their dinner is this nasty, disgusting garlic tater tot casserole that I promise you the children are not going to eat. We will see it later in the refrigerator because this stuff right here is foul.
Finish it in a little bit. I did put it in the microwave. Battery died. So I put that in the microwave. I think was the last thing I said. This is done. Here we go. I'm going to pour this in my pan.
She didn't take out any of the grease, so she's just pouring all that greasy meat into the pan. And we can't see it, of course, because she never shows us what she's doing. We just stare at her dumb, stupid face while she does whatever she's doing.
Look at that. Comes right out. You didn't see any of that.
No, we didn't see any of that. And you sure didn't drain all the meat. Look at the meat. Look at the grease. Oh, puke. And then the tater tots are going to pick that grease right up, and it's just going to be a greasy, garlicky mess. Yum, Mom.
Look at that. There's my hamburger. That'll taste nice and delicious. The mixture's in the microwave. When that's thawed, I'll pour it on top. Always look and see what you got to do. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to take this one, wash it out, and put it up here. Okay, got really nice. That's a winner.
It got really nice. That's a winner. It's the first time you used it, Amy. What did you expect? Make sure you precariously lay these up here so that when Maxine walks by, this heavy crock pot can just blast her.
Perfect. Let me mix up. I think the only thing I'm going to do is make this right here, and then we're going to go sit down and make a grocery menu. Frozen salad, so do as best you can. Entire lid slid off when I was doing it. I'm going to go get some vitamin C in my bathroom and put that in here. Good thing to have a little bit of extra vitamin C when sickness is going around.
It's also good to have vitamin C when you're pregnant.
Some thought. Okay, let me put this together too. I'll put this in here to get ready for when the kids are ready for school. Vitamin C and put this in my water. This I've been doing.
You don't need 2 packs, Amy. A serving size is 1 pack. Just because you have more water, a double pack is not going to help you.
I cut this big cup right here. Okay, it's a lot to drink it. I have a smaller one and I've been drinking that. I'm like, But I fill it up a couple times a day, but it's like, but this is a struggle to drink this entire.
It's a struggle to drink this entire thing of water. Amy, how old are you? I have never heard a grown person say it's a struggle to drink water unless something is physically, mentally, or emotionally wrong with them. Ever in my life.
It's just a fake version. It's not a real one. And that's good with me. But so much.
Make sure you talk while you stir it so we can't hear you.
To drink. So I'm going to fill this up. Put this at over there on my table where I'm working at for school, so I kind of drink that up. I just made a bagel I'm going to cook up for breakfast.
So this one thing is all you're going to drink all day? That's crazy.
Breakfast here. And I'm going to put some cream cheese and a little bit of everything bagel topping on. My soup is all thawed, so I'm going to probably pour it on top and make the tater tot casserole. And then put it in the refrigerator, cook it later. This is perfect. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. Cancel button.
Did you hear her? That sound was coming from this broken dishwasher.
Doesn't want to work. I'm going to fill the...
She said the cancel button doesn't want to work. Of course, the whole thing doesn't work. You use it as a dish dryer.
This up really full, and the reason why is because tomorrow I'm going to do grocery shopping, and this will be a lunch as well for the kids, so I don't have to worry about making food for them when I go shopping. So this I'll just put out. We're going to put this in the refrigerator, and we will pull it out when it's close to dinner and bake it in the oven.
Yum. So they get that tater tot casserole for dinner, and then they get it again for lunch tomorrow because she's going to go grocery shopping. Yum, yum, yum.
I've been sitting over here. I haven't filmed anything, but I made up a menu for the next couple weeks. So I was thinking to be a little bit more frugal, and I'm like, you can definitely go way frugal and way less on things, but can you still eat pretty good by planning things out? That is going to be what I'm going to test out because I don't...
Too bad you couldn't eat really good food all the time. Like, you've been doing this for 30 years. You'd think you'd already have the plan made. You have 10 children and your plan's still not made. It's almost amazing.
I came up with my menu here for the next couple weeks. I wrote down some ideas.
That wasn't very much writing for the next couple of weeks because all you had to write was hot dogs, hamburgers, top ramen, macaroni and cheese, pizza. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, and don't forget Greg's cookies and soda. He will be very upset.
Breakfast. So for breakfast, I just wrote down eggs, smoothie, waffles, which I put a little star syrup because I'm out of that. Cinnamon toast. We haven't had cinnamon toast in forever. And then I put Ask cereal. So I'll see if the kids want to have cereal. If they do, I'll get some.
Of course they want cinnamon toast. You guys, all you eat is bread and junk.
If not, no big deal. And then lunch, instead of like saying, okay, like I know I have a lot of peanut butter and jelly, but I'm like, instead of peanut butter and jelly every day, let me come up with a couple different meals for each day. So I wrote down peanut butter and jelly, and I wrote down to get grape jelly pizza, homemade pizza. The kids just like cheese pizza. So it's not very good for like a dinner idea, but for lunch, that would be good. And I can do double of that. Same thing with peanut butter.
It's not a good idea for a dinner idea. You make them pizza on naan bread all the time for dinner, and you film it like it's something great. It's a perfect idea. It's what you guys eat all the time.
And jelly, double of that. Ramen, they want to have ramen night. I'm like, ramen's just not very filling, so why don't I get it and we'll do it for lunch. So 2
ramen night isn't filling, but all she ever has is ramen night. Poor kids.
Ramen days, and then I have chicken lunch meat in there, and I'll get some cheese, and we can do sandwiches one day, and then the other day we can do chicken salad on crackers, and then I wrote down to do Korean lettuce wraps, because those are good, and we haven't had those in a long time, and they do like that, and then egg salad, lentil rice casserole, and tomato soup with grilled cheese, with dairy-free as well. So that'll be like 2 weeks worth of lunches easily right there. Snacks.
But she'd have to cook them, so most likely they will stick with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Bread. That was something. I made a bunch of pumpkin bread. Kids are like, pumpkin bread, which is so weird. So
I told you they wouldn't like that pumpkin bread. It wasn't finished on the inside. Why would they eat it? It looked disgusting. You made it with fake eggs because you wanted to give Gregory the real eggs. That thing was disgusting. I wouldn't eat it if I was your children either.
I mostly eat the pumpkin bread, so I'm going to do banana bread, so I need to write down sour cream for that. Caramel corn, because it's the season of popcorn, so why don't I make some caramel corn and see how that goes over for the kids this year. Popcorn, because we have a lot of it. It's getting cooler. It's good to make. I wrote down bean donuts, donut muffins, quick cinnamon bread.
None of those are good breakfasts for your children. You never actually think about what is healthy for them to eat or what they will actually eat. All you think about is what is the cheapest way that I can make this video and feed my kids and get a video. You don't care if they like it. You don't care if it's healthy. You don't care if it tastes good. The only thing you care about is getting your job done so you can go and do what you want to do. You are a horrible mother, Amy, and a horrible vlogger.
We're like to make is puppy chow. And then I'm going to do like a white chocolate harvest snack mix. We usually do a harvest one where I make brown sugar and butter, I believe, is mixed together. But I think some of the kids I think some got sick on it, like sick-wise, like flu sickness, so they don't like it. So I'm like, why don't I do white chocolate? So I'm going to get creative. And
why don't you just let them eat the snacks as they are? Why do you always got to make some weird concoction that they're going to get sick off of, like the stupid garbage pail snack mix that was so high in calories and sodium that I cannot believe you guys ate 22 gallons of it in a month? Like, what the actual heck?
cereal toppings and make a snack mix. That's a fall snack mix. So that
They don't need snack mix. Why can't they just have a snack like a normal person?
and I wrote down fruit, veggies, salad material. And
I'll tell you why. Because you want them to eat nasty cereal as snacks. Cereal is not a snack, Amy. It's also not a meal. It is for a once in a while treat for your children. No, for you, it is a staple.
cashews and cranberries. That's something I pretty much ate all month. I am going to get the everything cashews at Sam's Club, so I wrote that down. And
Cashews are high in calories. You do not need high calorie cashews for a lunch.
then ideas for like a bulk cooking with stuffed biscuits. Brooklyn said, remember we used to make stuffed biscuits? And I'm like, I haven't made stuffed biscuits since my freezer meal making days, so I'm going to make some of those.
That's when you used to actually get views and you used to actually feed your kids protein.
Where you stuff them with gravy, sausage, and eggs. And then some cream of mushroom soup and cream of chicken soup because I'm out of it. And I wrote down some cabbage soup. So I'm going to make, that's going to be like my bulk cooking and then freeze those kind of things in there. So those are good things to do at my dinners.
Could you imagine cabbage soup from Amy Maryon frozen and you have to eat it? Ugh.
I'm going to come up with is lasagna. Greg asked for lasagna and I haven't made lasagna in a long time. So don't mind cooking and baking inside now. Getting a little bit cooler. So I'm going to do a dairy-free one and a regular one. And so then I'll double it and freeze it. So we have it for another time because it's a lot of work to do lasagna. So you might as well make more, a little bit. It's a little bit extra to do a little bit more and then you can have it for later. So lasagna will be a meal. Philly cheesesteak, sloppy joes because we have a lot of provolone that we did not eat up. So I thought we'll make some Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes with fries. Chicken pot pie. I'll make a
That sounds like a healthy meal. Provolone, sloppy joe mix. Yeah. French fries, healthy.
double of that and freeze it. Beef stroganoff is always a staple. They love that. Chili is always a staple. Chicken Eddie. I haven't made chicken Eddie in a long time. I'm going to do a dairy-free one and a regular one, something simple for dinner. Burgers, I wrote ×2 because I have a whole box of burgers in my...
You should have wrote ×10 because in 2 weeks you're going to have burgers about 8 times.
freezer. Walking tacos because that's
And you should write walking tacos ×5.
easy. Regular tacos because that's easy. Beef fried rice because I have some beef that I got last month and haven't used it up, so we can do some beef fried rice with that.
Buy a rice cooker.
And then meatloaf. Good old meatloaf. Kids don't like meatloaf. I love meatloaf. Greg likes meatloaf. Kids do not. So we're going to make meatloaf, but I'll do like meatloaf cups so it cooks a little bit faster and easier
And then the kids can just have ramen and no protein that night either.
in the oven. And I might freeze some. We'll see. We'll see how much I end up getting, and then do like cheesy potatoes and probably some tater tots for Jensen and Jaden, and then some veggies for that, and then spaghetti, good old-fashioned spaghetti. But I'm going to do the good cheesy garlic bread where I buy the loaves from Walmart.
She won't do the good cheesy garlic bread. Amy doesn't do anything extra. She's not going to do it.
And then spread it with the good
She'll throw it in the toaster.
cheesy mixture in there with salad and corn, and that's easy. I'm like, that right there, how many dinners is that? One. That's 13 meals, and then I'm freezing a couple as well. So I'm not going to worry about planning exactly 14 because there's still other food in there, things like that. So no, this is not getting anything like simple, like nothing like, I mean, it is simple to throw together tacos, but not simple like chicken tenders in the air fryer or...
A taco is the same as chicken tenders. You're tripping. You cook hamburger meat and you cut up a bunch of lettuce, tomato, and onion. It's the same.
I do like those kind of dinners, so this is more making the dinners. And so then what I'm going to do is I go about my day-to-day. In between schools, I'll sit down and make up a grocery list based off of this of things I don't have, and then
She's not going to do that. She's just going to go back and buy all the things she always buys.
I'll look at my main, I'll print off my main grocery list upstairs and then go through the house and see what I need. Like, do I need deodorant? Do I need toothpaste? Do we need trash bags? Things like that, so I can pick those up as well. So, yay, I got that done.
You need hand soap. I never see you use hand soap. Buy some hand soap, please.
And that was something else I wanted to do was get a grocery plan. Now I got to get a grocery order figured out, but that will be as the
You could go to the store and buy it.
day goes on. So,
Not like you have a job.
I do so much. Now I got to get kids, get them moving for our day, and then we will start our school. And it's doing good. Good day.
Kids aren't up till noon again.
So what I'm doing while the kids are getting their stuff together is I printed off my main grocery list. So I'm kind of going through and circling the things I need. And then I was like, do I just order my groceries or do I pick them up? So I'm running into, when I look on there, they're showing out of stock, where I know they had a lot in the store. So probably just have to go shopping. I know, so terrible.
Oh my gosh, you have to go do something?
But it'll be okay. And then I'll just continue doing this in between our stuff for the school today. And then I'll have, by the end of the day, I'll have my list ready
She won't do school today.
for shopping tomorrow. All right, I'm in my bathroom now. Messy, messy, messy. Oh yeah, I've been waiting to
Yum, Greg clothes.
come to this room for many days. So much my kids cleaned up before I did, but it's still messy. So we've had a good last couple hours.
Imagine your grown teenage kids coming into your greasy bathroom and cleaning it. Yuck.
I've got another one not feeling well, so that's part of
That's because you keep giving them rancid coconut oil.
life. So we just pulled out the vitamin C. I'm like, everybody take some vitamin C.
It's not, you don't need vitamin C. You keep giving them rancid coconut oil in the popcorn and everything else you make. Stop giving them rancid coconut oil.
They had smoothies, they had some soup. So we just did, we just got through school. We got through school what we had to get through, instead of sometimes I would just go, whatever, let's just forget it. But I'm like, let's do something. So we did. We got something done. And
They played with Legos.
I was able to okay, good. So now they did a few chores. We're going to do a few. I went upstairs and discovered a whole basket of laundry. I was like, is this
They did a few chores, but the laundry's still sitting on the couch probably.
dirty? I'm like, wait a minute, it looks like my laundry in there. So I found a whole clean basket of laundry sitting upstairs. So I need to get a hold of this laundry. Way too much confusion with everything. It's good though, it's good. So brought that back down, separated that to piles on the futon, or the ottoman down there. So that's gonna be a chore later. They did some chores and then we were doing school and I said, we'll come back and do the rest later. So my goal, I'm done with the beginning cleaning that I had to do, the food, and then school, and I did my grocery list and my menu. I'm going to re-look at it again tonight before I...
If you didn't leave off all this cleaning until the last minute, you wouldn't have so much to do. If you made a list up of your kids, things that they can clean every day, they would clean it for you. Your older girls, they don't want to live in a trash house, Amy. Let them clean. Obviously, the clothes getting washed, your kids are washing them. You're not doing it. That's why it's failing, because your kids are doing everything. Give them a schedule so they can at least do it correctly.
And then we're going to go shopping tomorrow. Maddie says she's going to come with me. We're going to go shopping tomorrow early. So we'll get that tomorrow. But today, another goal is my bedroom and bathroom. So
Maddie's going to go grocery shopping with her, but I bet you she doesn't get to go to Starbucks like Greg.
I'm going to do this. Brooklyn's got the kids. They're going to go somewhere. Going to swim in the pool.
Brooklyn's got the kids like they're tiny children. Your youngest child is 11. I think he's got himself.
Clean. I've got a dirty mirror. I gotta get my Norwex cloth. We're gonna do some cleaning here. We got a shower. I got stuff to do. So let me go get a cloth and then we'll come back and clean. Where do you start when you don't even know? I'm gonna start this area. Let me clean this off.
It's literally a 5 foot by 5 foot bathroom. Where do you start? Everywhere, Amy. Just do it.
Right here. Wipe everything
I noticed she's got a coffee drink though.
down and then we'll move on to something else. Okay, I wanted to kind of wipe out my drawers a little bit because they have hair and stuff in there. So let's put
I wonder how much Amy has spent on Starbucks since she's lived just in Florida.
a hand towel up here and one over here. Right down here. I'll clean this off too. I was listening to Ryan Hall, y'all. They said there was another hurricane, but it's not here. So, okay, that's done. That's clean. That's clean. So
Her kids are being loud in the background again. Always. No respect.
now I'm gonna go clean my toilet right now. There's not much room in there, so I'm gonna go
She sure does look wide.
clean it, wipe it off real good, clean the inside, get that room looking good, because it's a separate room here from the bathroom. Okay, that took some time. I cleaned really good, wiped the floor, cleaned the baseboards, wiped the window, all that good stuff. That's clean. Stocked the cabinet. There's a cabinet above the toilet with women's personal stuff and toilet paper, which made me go, oh, I'm gonna be out of toilet paper, so I have to order some. And then I'm gonna go clean out my shower. This is the fun part. No, it's not the fun part. I would do the open shower concept where there's nothing to clean, because
You could have bought a house with an open shower concept, and instead you bought a house with the oldest, ugliest bathroom you could find.
yeah, clean all that. Not my favorite thing to do. So I'm gonna go in there, use my Norwex powder, scrub away, clean, and then come on, wipe this stuff off. Clean the floors, wiped off real good with
You look horrible.
the paper towel, the entire floors,
You look beat, Amy. Beat. Tired and beat.
little baseboards and that, and show everything, but cleaned up real good. So I'm just gonna wipe my handles off. Then I'm gonna clean this closet real quick. Then I'll move into my closet in my bedroom, and I'm getting the
She wipes the handles off to clean them, but she never washes her hands. There's no soap, hand soap in her bathroom. She doesn't wash her hands. Why is she washing the handles off? Start with washing your hands.
So feeling great, and then I grabbed all the towels in here. I had the girls grab all the towels in the house they found on the floor, in the bathroom, anywhere. We're washing them because I would like to get all of our towels straightened to who they belong to. Then I discovered someone found a whole container of clean towels, and they dumped them on the couch.
So a whole nother container of clothes. That means your older children are washing clothes and there's nowhere to put them because you don't know what you're doing.
Where are these coming from? So I am going to go in here and straighten this real quick. I have a lot of stuff everywhere because like I ended up getting a lot of women's products, and there's a ton, and then it's like then I got a lot of Kleenexes, then I got a lot of paper towels.
She bought these at Costco when they first went, and she hasn't even given them to the children to use. They've been here 3 months. I would have already went through this box by myself, and she has 4 or 3 girls that shave, and herself. That's crazy.
Here and down here, so I think I need to move all my paper towels to the bottom.
Does she only give them one a month? How does it work? Jaden, how many of these razors has she given you guys? Because she bought them with a gift card for you guys.
You know what, I'm looking at all this. It's probably, is it best? I'm going to pull my paper towels down here, and then that...
She gets so worried about her junk in this closet, but she doesn't worry about their food this much. It's crazy.
Way, I need to order more toilet paper. I can kind of arrange it. So let me do some straightening here. It just takes about 10 minutes and I'll be done. Clean that up pretty good. Thing I threw away was all of the Band-Aids, because I had a lot of Band-Aids that I got discount store and stuff over the years. Well, they just do not stay on your finger. When you have
But you didn't care because they were for your children. And when you need Band-Aids, you need good Band-Aids. We get it, Amy.
a kid, or my children that like love Band-Aids and put it on every boo-boo, yeah, get the cheapy Band-Aids because they're just going to fall off. But when you really need one,
if your kids need a Band-Aid, get them the cheapy Band-Aids that fall off. But if you really need a Band-Aid, you get the good ones for you.
You need the good material kind. So we bought that nice big pack at Walmart. I was like, every time I look for a Band-Aid, we're looking here and they're all not the right ones. Threw that away, cleaned this out, organized it, and I'm like, okay, I feel like that is good now. So I'm gonna go into my closet here and just kind of straighten my closet. Won't really show much to you because it's all just our stuff, but get that done and then.
But you showed us your closet a billion times.
This area is done. My timer went off, so I just put my tater tot casserole in the oven. Okay, what a great cleanup for me in there. Getting a little sweaty.
She's so sweaty. Her air conditioner still doesn't work.
I'm like, I turned her air up, like to make it warm, and I'm like, okay, it's feeling a little hot in here today, but I got this done. This is what I want to do. I didn't film really any of this. This bathroom took me really long to do, but it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So you know what? I did it.
I bet. Greasy, grabby Greg, it's hard to clean up after him in the bathroom. I wouldn't even go into that bathroom, let alone clean it up.
I got my closet all cleaned, went through some stuff, cleaned out. I'm like, okay, this is good. Because there's a few things I kept from when we moved, and I'm like, do we need it? Do we not? What do we do with it? So,
but you moved it here in the trucks, and you spent all that money just because you wanted to.
Decided to pass it along. So this is good. This room is done. Now I'm going to go out here and do my bedroom. There's not much in the bedroom, so let's go up there. Okay, so I got my room.
Yeah, cut all of that nasty Greg sheets. Nobody wants to see Greg's body juice.
Done. I added a blanket to my bed because I have been cold lately. We just had the cooling sheets and this like comfort over top, and I'm like, I usually grab I have like a fleecy blanket in the living room there, and I just said, you know, I'm gonna put a blanket on here. So I put the other blanket on here. I think I need that at nighttime. So vacuum's going here.
What's going on with Greg's side? Is Greg gone already, like I said, because his stuff isn't plugged in over here, and he doesn't have anything on his desk, no keys, no money, no nothing in his pockets, and he always has his little weather station by his side of the bed when he's home, and it's way over here so she can see it.
The whole room is done. I'm feeling so good in here. I feel like, okay, I did what I needed to do in here. Obviously, yeah, we're going to paint, we're going to do all that stuff, but
See, her side of the bed looks like she lives here, right?
The structure of the room is cleaned up, and that is a good thing. Went through, wiped things down. I'm like, okay.
The structure of the room is cleaned.
Feeling really good in here. So now I brought a bunch of stuff out to my kitchen counter. I got to put it somewhere because it was one of those things where I was like, oh, I need to put this here, there, or whatever. So I'll make piles, and this afternoon the kids will help, and we will
her eye might look like she got bonked in her eye right here.
Distribute the rest of life. So
maybe it was just the lighting. Fix your lighting, Amy. Jeez.
Good to go. All I know is my outdoor temperature says 96 degrees.
Nice lighting. But you see this? This is his weather thing. It's over here on top of the refrigerator. It used to be over by his bed. That's his.
Over there, 97 almost. 70.
Maybe she moved it because he's already gone.
Inside, toasty and warm. The kids are in the pool. All right, let's go to the kitchen and see what we got out there now. Okay, coming over here. It's dark in here, but I got trying to keep the light.
Oh, look, she's got another 700-calorie plate for herself. Amy, you don't need that.
It's off, and the window's closed, except in the back there, because the kids are out swimming. Great day today. Oh my goodness, I feel like if I look at my list, what did I need to do today? Normal cleanup, and then I had to do a meal plan, make food, figure out what we're going to eat, and clean my room.
Wow, it looked like a good list you got done today there, Miss Amy.
And I did that. I feel like I did that. That's a good,
Yeah, you're a real accomplished lady today.
good thing. So now what I'm going to do
You
is
do what millions of other working full-time has-a-job moms do.
sit here and just because the stuff is in the oven, I just threw some steaks out on the smoker. I got to go make a check those real quick.
She's got to make sure she checks those because she will not burn Greg's food. If those are for Greg, she's going to make them right.
They're just going to be rare. I'm going to just dinner's cooking. That'll be done. I won't have to worry about that. I grabbed a snack. I saw cheese, cashews, and cranberries. Pretty much ate this a lot this month.
That's like 400 calories of cashews right there. 400 calories of cheese. 200 calories of cranberries. Way to go, Amy.
And I think I got 2 big blocks, and that lasted, and a lot of us ate it. So I'm going to get more of that, get more cashews, but get the everything cashews, yeah, and cranberries. So I'm going to just look through my list real quick. I was going to rewrite this just because I have a lot of extra learning the food down here and what I'm doing, so I rewrote my...
Learning the food because she lives in Florida. She has to relearn all the food. They don't have the same food as the rest of America.
main grocery list, but now I'm like, there's a few extra things, so that's okay. So I'm just going to look through it, see what I got, go over my menu one more time just to make sure I didn't miss anything, and then just be good for tomorrow and go get groceries. That'll be a great thing tomorrow morning. So let me check this over. Okay, so as I was going through this, I'm like, there's a few more things that like you forget about and you're adding, so that's good. So what I'm going to do, I have a list for Sam's, like a shopping cart that they can deliver, and also one for...
Of course, because you don't want to go into the stores. You're too lazy to even shop nowadays.
Amazon as well. Just a few things on there. What we get is the aluminum-free deodorant from Suave. Seems like it's more at Walmart, so I've got that in my Amazon cart.
Yeah, but you don't know how old it is on Amazon. It could come from somebody who just had it in their garage.
I've got the taro ant bait traps because we get these tiny, tiny ants, and they love those ant traps. And
you wouldn't get a lot of tiny, tiny ants if you didn't have food all over your house. They're coming for the food, Amy. You and your kids have food all over the house. You sat on the floor and you poured powdered flour all over the floor. And then you think that, what, the ants aren't going to come for that? Get out of here.
Those. And then I was going to get toilet paper at Amazon. I always and have gotten it for a long time, the big giant box of it. It's like, I don't know, maybe, I think it's almost...
Yeah, it's Scott, and you used to get it for your toilet, but now you don't need it, so you can get other toilet. Wah. Talk about toilet paper. God, dog, for another 4 minutes, please.
100 rolls of toilet paper. It's like $60. I'm like, wow, it was always like $40, $45. So looking at the price comparison and the amount on the rolls, I think I'm just going to get it from Sam's Club. So I might have them deliver it, or I might pick it up in the store. Either way, we're not out completely, but definitely going to need some toilet paper. So that's good. Okay, I've got my list, and now I'm like, I feel like I'm good to go. So hopefully I remember everything. I'll take my little pen tomorrow so I do not forget to mark.
I don't know what you're going to forget. You just need hamburgers, hot dogs, and top ramen and macaroni and cheese. Like, it's not that big of a deal. That's what your kids eat. That's what you feed them.
Things off because that does happen. So this will be good for tomorrow. So I've got my main list here. I can put this back upstairs in my office. And then tomorrow morning, Maddie and I will get up early.
Poor Maddie. Maddie's going to have to get up early. She's used to waking up at noon. She's not going to go to sleep till late. And then she's going to have to wake up early and go pick up all the food for her mother.
I think we can get there.
And I'll bet you she does not get anything for going. No treat, no special treat, nothing.
At 8, I'm pretty sure it's open. So we will get there at 8 o'clock and get our Sam's Club done. Bring that back home. So I gotta get my bags and stuff. I gotta remember that. And then do a grocery haul. Put that away. And then
you're not doing anything right now. You literally could go put your bags in your car right now and make it content and get paid for it. But you're too lazy.
And Brooklyn will have work tomorrow, and so when we take her to work, then her and I will run and do a Walmart haul. So I'm like, that will actually work really good for time.
You know, it would work even better if you didn't have to schedule your day around picking up Brooklyn from work. There's these things called city buses. She could ride one of those to and fro.
I might run to Publix. I can't remember if Walmart has the Daiya cheese for Jensen or not. I never remember. I think it's just Publix. So
you could go back and watch one of your old videos where you talked about it and did a shopping trip. Wow. Imagine that.
Got that written down, and then check shop for later. And that's it.
She couldn't even read her own writing.
And that'll be my Tuesday, so I'm excited. So first, I'm going to go I found more towels. I just went upstairs and there was more towels they didn't grab. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm going to grab the load of the...
So you told them to get all the towels and they couldn't even get all the towels? You got some top-notch children.
Dryer and bring it over here, fold it. We're going to put all this stuff away together. All right, so I think I'm going to be done filming for today. It's about 5 o'clock right now. Dinner is in the oven. Look at this. Let me show you. Can you see me down there?
No, because it's dark and you don't know how to do angles. You've only been YouTubing for 7 years. It's still hard for you. I get it.
Look at that. It's in there looking nice and delicious.
With the potatoes shoved right next to it. Yeah.
So usually, tater tot pasta was one of those things. I put sweet potatoes in there too to heat up. One of those things to...
That sounds horrible, Amy. Your oven sounds broken.
Like, let set. Otherwise, it's real, like, soupy. I don't let the meat mixture kind of sit. Same thing with shepherd pie as well. So, and then I went upstairs and found some more laundry. So I threw another load of laundry. I want to get my laundry
You've already said that, or did you find even more?
done today. So I'm going to throw another load of laundry in it because I can do that. Our washer goes quick, and then there's huge piles out here. So what we'll do is...
It's 5 o'clock now, and the pile is still out here. She's been saying all day she's going to do it. Amy, you're a liar.
The girls are out swimming, still swimming. When they come in, we'll have dinner. And I'm going to start editing today's video. And then we're going to work on all the chores. The chores are going to be literally to deliver all of the laundry, put it all away. I have piles...
And you waited until 5 p.m. to do all of that? What have you been doing all day?
Stuff here on the counter to be put away. There's a few chores outside that has to be done. Trash goes out today. I'm trying to think of anything else. It's a good Monday. Feel
What has Greg done today?
like a great Monday. So I'm going to close today's video so I can start editing it and then be able to finish my night up. So thank you for watching, and hopefully you got some motivation for yourself. Remember, think of what you can do for the day. I got my 3 things accomplished that I wanted to get done. 4 things, whatever it was. 4 things accomplished. We'll hope for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a good day. I'm going to go.
It was your bedroom. Your own bedroom is not a thing to get accomplished for your day, Amy. It doesn't help your children. It doesn't help your channel. It literally was just for you. Everything you do in life is just for you.
You have a fantastic rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow with another video. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye.
You look really old, Amy. You don't have to look like this. You can use the cream that they gave you for free. Use it every day, multiple times. Get yourself a hat. Wear some sunscreen. You don't have to look like this. Your chest is starting to turn into a pickle, an actual brown pickle. Anyway, guys, that was it for today. We did a Motivational Monday and a Fragment Friday, and they were both horrible. We are on our way to catching up with Amy. We probably never will. I think I like to stay a week behind for safety in case she tries to come and attack me or something. I don't know. No, I'm joking. But we will catch up one day. I will see you guys all in the very next video. Be there or be square. I hope you guys all had a great time. See you next time. Bye, neighbors.